My name is Brian Craig, and this is where MAGA comes to talk. Oh man, we got a lot to talk about today because Trump is just doing so many amazing things that no one thought it was even humanly possible for him to do what it is he's doing. And, you know, as we continue this second term of Trump, it's going to be a presidential administration like no other. It already is with these great picks. So we're going to cover all that today on the program. I'm going to start when I go live at 6 a.m. I'm going to start by talking about the great pick of Matt Gaetz and why it was the perfect pick. And of course, we'll be taking calls too. Oh boy. Excuse me. All right, I gotta fix that. Sorry, guys. Thank you for the bless yous. I am setting up the other camera. Yeah, thanks for joining us, everyone. Appreciate it. Perfect. Got a brand new holder for the camera. Oh, it's exciting. I mean, you know, has testing 1 2. Test 1 2. Has there been a single pick? Tell me, guys, yes or no. Has there been a single pick that Trump has made that you weren't shocked at? I mean, they all are just so perfect and amazing that you know, I can't wait for the next one. Right? You know, the biggest problem Trump has is picking someone that's going to be as exciting as the one before. You know? I was not live yesterday. I had to take yesterday off, and during these last few months of the election, I have been working like 18, 20-hour days, and there's a lot of things that I've been putting off for the last few months because I didn't want to miss any shows as we were leading up to the most important election in the history of the United States since the election of 1860. And my wife had a doctor's appointment in the morning yesterday in Miami Beach that she's been putting off. Pretty important appointment. And I couldn't do the radio show yesterday and then get home and get her and get her to her doctor in Miami. So I was going to do a live stream. I wasn't going to be on the radio yesterday. It was the best of, but I was going to do a live stream on YouTube. And I got up yesterday like I always do, got ready, did my show prep, everything. And when I was done, I was so tired. And I don't know, it was about 2:30 in the morning, 3 o'clock. And I said, you know what? I need to get a little more sleep. So I didn't do the live stream yesterday. I just think, you know what? I need to get some rest. But I'm here today, and I'll, of course, be here over the weekend, too, live streaming.
Remember, the first image is a picture of Jesus.
Okay. There we go. I'll start up the other stream at the top of the hour. Yeah, I was like just exhausted. But it was a busy day. It was a very much a working day off. Let me turn the air down a little bit. It's pretty hot. Indeed. Well, I appreciate that, guys. Yeah, if you're new to my channel, make sure that you subscribe, guys. We'll be live on the radio in about 10 minutes, 10, 12 minutes. Oh, man. This Matt Gaetz pick has them really freaked out. All these criminals that have been doing their lawfare, they're completely freaked out, you know? They can't handle it. You can't handle the truth. They literally can't. Welcome in England. I'm here a little early today because since I was off yesterday, I want to make sure I get everything set up. I am not on Sirius XM. I'm on a, like, what are we on? I've lost 8 FM radio stations here in Florida. I should be on Sirius XM, shouldn't I? I think this show should be on all radio stations, everywhere. It's kind of like a public service. And these are the headphones that a nice listener sent me. These are really amazing headphones. You could tell I needed a day off, really? I don't know if that's good, if you could tell I needed a day off. I wish it was a day off. Trying to get this. Oh, here comes Mike. Mike's just pulling up. I always get here before the board ops. Yeah, what's wrong with oranges? I have an orange tree in my backyard. Every once in a while, I got to show everybody that I have hair, unlike Tim Pool, who covers his bald spot. No balding spots here. Yes, welcome everyone. So strange. Oh man, yeah, and remember today is Friday. That means open phones. Open MAGA Mike Friday is today. So you guys can call in about any and everything on your mind on Friday's show. On this camera angle, do you like it out like this or zoomed in? Sometimes I zoom in, sometimes I don't. Tim Pool's a big fence sitter, you know. A big fence sitter. He doesn't take any positions unless they're like safe. That's just my opinion. I mean, I'm not a big fan of his. I don't think he's that interesting or says much. But maybe you think he says a lot. Recess appointments are fine, Barnes, Homestead. A recess appointment will last until the midterm elections are over and the new Congress is in. That's 2 years. That's an eternity. That's all the time we need. Yes, he's from New York. He was just in New York. He just came back. He was here yesterday when I wasn't. Most everybody in Florida, except me, is from New York. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Mm-hmm. Oh, people already calling. If you're on hold, stand by. A listener sent me these headphones.
Oh, stop.
Okay, yeah, are they nice? Every time Jeremy's here, I get a package in the mail. He thinks I get stuff like this every day.
You should be,
Yeah,
should just come in every day just to
Yeah.
get you a package of
exactly.
all the goodies.
Jeremy's the board out that fills in for Mike, and every time he fills in, like lately, like the other. Remember, a listener sent me this camera. He was here, he was here. I got this, and then on, I guess it was Wednesday, a listener sent these. He's like, you have the nicest listener. I said, yes, I know. I have the very nice listeners. I do appreciate it, guys. Yeah, I'm going to do some vlogging this weekend on my other my Main Street Moments channel with this camera. You guys should follow. You guys follow me on that channel, Main Street Moments, where I do vlogging. You should. Main Street Moments. It's my vlogging YouTube channel. I did a vlog last weekend with that camera on the Brightline high-speed train here in Florida, just testing out the camera. Main Street Moments on YouTube. Sometimes my wife's in the chat room on that account. Yeah, Main Street Moments. I do vlogging there. Other things that aren't politics. Watch my trip to the Star Trek sets. That's amazing video. Listeners down the hall. Who's the listener? Who's the listeners down the hall? Yeah, well, Main Street Moments. It sure does. I'll put it in the, I'll put it in there. It's Main Street, one word, and then Moments. But I'll put the link in the chat. This is my hobby channel for fun when I have a chance. There it is. Main Street Moments. Yeah, subscribe to that channel if you don't mind. I appreciate it, guys. Matt Gaetz was the perfect choice. That's what I'm going to open up with. Thank you, Rose. When I go live in a couple minutes on the radio, that's what I'm going to go live with. Or start with. Boston Legal, nah, not my cup of tea. As much as I love William Shatner and James Spader, I could not watch that show. Not for me. Ah, darn it. I hit the wrong button. Danny Crane was William Shatner's character. I was with him once at a convention, hanging out with him, and we were waiting for him to get to a hotel, and I was in the parking lot, and he drove up in a rental car. William Shatner drove up. This was many years ago. He drove up in this cheap rental car with his wife. I mean, like the cheapest rental car you could rent at the airport. And he had his script for that week's episode of Boston Legal that he was memorizing the lines for. And he was like running lines when he was waiting to go out on stage. I did not get to run lines with William Shatner. I would not dare. But he was running lines with his wife. It was really cool. Matt Gaetz. Yeah, I've met Matt Gaetz. Matt Gaetz in person is so skinny. When you see him on television, it adds a lot of weight. He is so skinny in person, it's insane. No, Main Street, like Main Street USA, Main Street Moments. That's my other channel. Okay. Sorry, guys. Throat's a little rough today. Welcome to the stream, everyone. My name is Brian Craig. This is where MAGA comes to talk. And, of course, we're going to be talking about the great Matt Gaetz today, the perfect pick. You know, the Matt Gaetz, when we're going to be live in a couple minutes on the radio, I'm going to break the whole thing down. If you're on hold, stand by. It is, of course, open phones on Friday's show. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. The show preps up to you guys on Friday. The other 4 days, you have to call in about what I bring up. But I am going to open up and talk about Matt Gaetz before we go to the phones, because it's got to be said. I mean, everything is going so perfectly, so according to plan. And Matt Gaetz is freaking a rock star in the MAGA movement. And I've been in his presence 3 times. And when Matt Gaetz is around, everyone who's MAGA just goes nuts and loves him. Those accusations are slanders, complete lies. We'll talk about it. They're scared. They're scared. Welcome back. Yes, I was off yesterday, but am back today, obviously. Oh, maybe I should do that. I don't gamble, though. If I start getting into that gambling, slippery slope, man. I don't gamble. It's tempting. These are Florida oranges, not peaches, guys. Oranges. Okay? Orange slice right there. Well, thank you, Gina. I missed you guys too. Make sure you subscribe if you're in the channel, and if you're already subbed, do me the favor of liking the video. We are going to be live in 2 minutes. We'll be live on the radio. I'm going to break down the Matt Gaetz pick and how the Senate leadership went right in the way that Trump wanted it to go. And then I'll start taking calls. And also, liberal media people are fading away.
In the next 6 months, 12 months, 2 years.
There's already callers on hold. Wow.
Are you already retired?
That's awesome.
It's a mess with the stock market ups and downs and inflation out of control. In fact, it's the highest inflation rate in 40 years.
I will be streaming over the weekend. I will probably, over the weekend, do my at least one, maybe 2 live streams, taking live calls over the weekend. I'll see.
Retirement experts and has been for over 20 years. He's seen it all and is a true professional that you can trust. They're family owned and operated. His daughter Jenny works with him. You know Joe and Jenny from right here on True Oldies. He's the host of the Jupiter Joe Money Show. He's been doing that for over a decade. You need Jupiter Joe's book, The Retirement Know-It-All. Mention my name, Brian Craig, and receive a free copy of his ebook. Go to JupiterJoe.com or call 561-743-0999. That's 561-743-0999. Take advantage of his free phone consultation too. Go to JupiterJoe.com or call 561.
My desktop has so many files on it. When I save this file, I hope I can find it.
Hello, this is Mike at Friendly Tire. I've been in business 30 years.
I gotta clean up my desktop.
And offering great deals on new and used tires. I have many suppliers. Whatever car or truck you have, I can get you incredible deals on any tire.
There we
I also
go.
do tire repairs at very low prices. Give me a call. My number is 954-977-9445. I will give you a price over the phone on new and used.
Here we go, guys.
Again, my number is 954
Live.
977-9445. Thank you.
On the earth since 1977. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Alrighty, we are back. It is Friday, November 15th. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977, celebrating 47 years on the radio. Obviously, we were off yesterday. Had a best of show. I hope it was that a post-election best of show or prior to the election? People must have thought I was on drugs listening to that. We're gonna win. Well, hey, at least you could hear my predictions were correct. Oh, man. Okay, well, we're back here live today. There's callers on hold already. Stand by. We'll go to the phone shortly. Friday is open phones on Friday. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. And on Open MAGA Mike Friday, you can call in about any and everything on your mind. You're not limited to the topics that we bring up. However, I'm going to bring something up here in the beginning before we go to the phones. And this is the perfect pick for Attorney General of the United States, Matt Gaetz. I mean, this is just amazing. And I want to tell you this. Everything has gone according to Trump's plan, including Rick Scott not becoming the Senate leader. Okay, and I'm going to talk about all of that, and then we will go to the phones at 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. But let's first talk about Matt Gaetz. Matt Gaetz is the most perfect person to be the Attorney General. He is the only person with the qualifications who's loyal to Trump, who is truly MAGA, and I like that he's a Florida man. Okay, I like our Florida guys, who will do what has to be done. And what Matt Gaetz is going to do, who's a victim himself of this lawfare with these lies and slanders against him, okay? Only Matt Gaetz will go after Fannie Willis, Letitia James, these corrupt judges, Mayorkas, Garland, and all the rest. that have been doing lawfare these last 4 years, all right? Anyone else that Donald Trump would have picked to be the attorney general wouldn't go after their friends or would be angling for this job after the administration. Only Matt Gaetz will do what's right. And, you know, this seems, I've told this to people before, and people think this is kind of strange, but I think if you think about this, you'll agree with me. Matt Gaetz, you know who Matt Gaetz reminds me of? Laura Loomer. He's a Laura Loomer type personality. He doesn't give a you-know-what these monsters think. He's going to do what's right. He's loyal to Donald Trump. He's MAGA, and you can trust him with your life to do the right thing. He is the perfect person to bring these lawfare traitors to justice. It's not revenge, it's justice. They've been doing crime, all of them. All of them. Okay? So Matt Gaetz is perfect. So how's he going to get in? The leadership, I told you guys the other day, however the leadership decision is made in the Senate, whoever ends up being the leader will be the person that Donald Trump wants. And I'm here to tell you that Trump got the Senate leader he wants, and it wasn't Rick Scott. And I'll tell you why. There's a good chance, I saw one of the Republican senators on television the other day talking about these appointments. There's a good chance these are going to be recess appointments. At least Matt Gaetz and maybe Pete Hegseth. That's beautiful. Did you know what happens when you get a recess appointment? Oh, it's temporary. Yeah, for 2 years. A recess appointment, and I love how John Bolton all of a sudden with his mustache, how does he eat with that mustache, that guy? Who would want to eat with that guy? But Bolton, the recess appointments, they're bad. He was a recess appointment by George W. Bush. He wasn't complaining about it then. If a recess appointment will last until the next Congress comes in. That's the midterm elections in 2 years. So Matt Gaetz will have 2 years to bring these traitors to justice who were doing all this crime, including the break-in of Mar-a-Lago. You know what it is. I don't have to go through the list. A recess appointment will last for 2 years. That's perfect. Perfect. So now the leadership. The wrong guy got it. The right guy got it, and the guy Trump wanted to get, and I'll tell you why. The United States Senate is a very, very complex thing. They've got these insane, bizarre parliamentary rules that are so complex that very few people have a working knowledge of them, okay? And let me tell you something. Rick Scott is awesome. I've told you many times, he's the best governor this state has ever had. Oh, DeSantis didn't do squat. He was on Trump's coattails lying the whole time, okay? Rick Scott was a great governor for 8 years. He was our governor before DeSantis. But he hasn't been in the Senate very long. He just got elected to his second term. He doesn't have the connections or the know-how of how these very bizarre rules of the Senate work. And what's going to happen, do you think Rick Scott could go up against that snake, Chuck Schumer? They have all these rules, and the Democrats are going to try to stop all these appointments. And here's the deal. Marco Rubio was talking about this yesterday. The role of the Senate with cabinet picks is to advise and consent. So what that means is they have their hearings, they get to bark their crap for their couple of minutes, and then they tell them what they think, and then they vote in consent, and then they get the cabinet they want. That's how it works. But the Democrats are going to try to stop this because they don't want Matt Gaetz or Pete Hegseth or anyone that Trump picks in the cabinet. So you need leadership in the Senate that understands these very bizarre, confusing rules of the Senate to get these cabinet picks through. So things are going perfectly. Don't you worry. Trump knows what he's doing. Did you see Stallone? Stallone's been red-pilled. I remember when Stallone lives in Palm Beach now. He used to live in Miami. He may still have his place in Miami. I don't know. But when President Clinton was president, he was a big Democrat, Stallone, and he had President Clinton at his house. And he gave him a pair of like Rocky gloves from the movie. Stallone's been totally red-pilled. I might play that on the air today. So don't worry. Matt Gaetz is the perfect choice. And don't let them tell you a recess appointment's a bad thing. It's a good thing. And you know, when Matt Gaetz opens up the books and we start seeing what went down, like on the break-in of Mar-a-Lago and the safecracker and everything, most Americans don't know about this. And even those who do, there's a lot we don't know because a lot of it's been secret. When the recess appointment expires in 2 years, he may just get confirmed because he's done such a great job. Pete Hegseth, too. So if you're on hold, stand by. We're going to take our first break and come back with your calls. It is open phones, open Mega Mike Friday. Our number toll free, 1-888-465-2631. You know, hey, here in Florida, it was 68 degrees in my driveway this morning, 69 outside the radio station. That is winter weather here in Florida, I'm here to tell you. It is Christmas shopping time. Before you know it, Thanksgiving will be here. Go to mypillow.com and stock up. There's huge savings site-wide with our promo code Kane at checkout. When you give the gift of any MyPillow product, the recipient, they will have that gift for years. They'll cherish it. People, let me tell you, people get so excited when you give them the MyPillow products. If they don't have a MyPillow, get them a MyPillow. If they do, get them the slippers, get them the robe, get them the towels, get them the sheets, get them the pet beds. You give the gift of anything from MyPillow, which you can save up to 80% off with our promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E, for Christmas. Oh, man. Every time you see them, they're going to be, I love that pet bed. I love that pillow. I love those sheets. I love that mattress topper. These slippers are amazing. It's a gift that they will love and cherish and use for years to come. So go to mypillow.com and use our promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E. Also, free shipping on orders over $75. Promo code Kane, K-A-N-E, at checkout at mypillow.com. You can also order by phone toll-free, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code Kane, K-A-N-E. All right, we'll take our break and be back.
Don't sit on the sidelines.
Oh, man.
One.
Yeah, Matt Gaetz is freaking awesome. He's the best, Matt Gaetz. Does not get better than Matt Gaetz, guys. I love Matt Gaetz. If you're new, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you're already subscribed, please like the video. And if you're on hold, stand by. I'm going to go to the phones right after the break. Let's see. Oh, Tyson. How much is it to watch that fight on pay-per-view? I remember when Tyson was the champion, people would get so pissed. They'd get the pay-per-view, and the fight would be over like in 75 seconds, 90 seconds. But an exhibition fight, they're going to give people their money's worth. No first round knockouts, I don't think. It's on Netflix? Oh, I might watch it then. It's on Netflix? Really? How's that work? I canceled Netflix, but I still might have it. Because we canceled it, but we had like a month left, so I still might have it. I'll check. There's not much on Netflix for me to watch. I'm not big into Netflix. It used to be good, but... Exhibition fights, I mean, come on, it's not a real fight. The result is already decided, isn't it? No, nothing on Amazon too much either, but you get the free shipping. We'll be back shortly, guys. Yep. Are there any spots this hour?
No.
Okay. Later?
Yeah, 7 to 8.
7, okay. Can you put up the 7 o'clock ones just so I know? Okay. Okay.
The Treasure Coast on 106.9 FM. Hear us in Boca on 95.3 FM. Fort Lauderdale on 96.9 FM. And anywhere in the world.
All right, 19 minutes after the hour. Carlos on hold, standby. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. Our number toll free, 1-888-465-2631. We are back live today. We were off yesterday. All right. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. Jeff from Maine.
Hey, Jeff, what's up?
Hey, when the mainstream news media and the Democrats go in a panic mode, and it's so clear and evident, you know that Matt Gaetz was a great choice.
Oh, the perfect choice.
Fun and skin.
You know, who else? And by the way, these accusations against him in the Congress, all lies, all lies. That trip they're talking. Is he married to this girl or engaged? But whichever she is, she was with him on that trip. So they want you to believe that Matt Gaetz' fiance went with him while he did this with this. I mean, it's so stupid.
It is. And they've proven that everything they accused him of was a lie. And did the mainstream news media Democrats come out and apologize? No.
Yeah, you know, Matt Gaetz is the only person Trump could pick to be the attorney general who would go after these lawfare monsters. Everyone else is worried about their next job. Not Matt Gaetz. He'll do what's right.
Yeah, he's a man of integrity, and he's shown it over and over, and he's been mega from day one. And I really, I'm just going to enjoy the show, you know, kick back and watch this show, because what unravels starting January 20th is going to make America great again, and that's by returning justice to America.
Yeah, in fact, Marco Rubio, our Secretary of State, he said yesterday, he says the presidents are entitled to have whoever they want in their cabinet. It's advise and consent, not stop, because you don't like them.
And you have to have 51 votes to
confirm
from these appointments, right? So there's 53, and you know, I think there's going to be a couple of Republicans, and I already know one of them, and that's that Susan Collins from Maine, and I'm from Maine, and she's disgusting.
She's a Democrat. She's a Democrat, Susan Collins. Plus, you know, so yeah. So no, I don't care what she says, and you know, listen. If the recess appointments, I'm fine with that too. It's 2 years. Matt Gaetz would get so much done in 2 years.
Oh my gosh, they're going to be. You know how they've attacked Trump in his first term, and he was always on the defense? Well, now he's going to be on the offense, and they're going to be running on the defense, and everything's going to be switched in government, don't you think?
Oh yeah, this is awesome. I mean, this is as good as it gets. I was so excited with Pete Hegseth, and then Matt Gaetz comes down. Yeah, and I love how the FDA says they're all going to resign. With Bobby Kennedy as the Health and Human Service. You know, Health and Human Services oversees like 10, 11 different agencies, including the FDA, Center for Disease Control. So what you know, and I saw Sanjay Gupta's melding down. What good has the FDA been? The country is fat, sick, and out of shape. Okay? They suck.
Well, along with justice reform, we need education reform, but we do need health reform. And he's going to start with the vaccines, Brian. He's going to he's going to expose how many vaccines, how bad they are.
Part of the, there's so many problems that are going on. Whoever's running these agencies now, they've been poisoning Americans for decades. So let them quit. Let them quit and go try to find work in the private sector. Good luck, government bureaucrats. All right, Jeff, appreciate the call. Great call. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Brian?
Yes.
Yes, this is Miss Johnson. Could you call me, please?
I mailed it to you. I told you it's coming. You emailed me and I emailed you back. It is on its way. Well, that's because you wrote me an email. You called me. You emailed me. I mailed it and it's on its way. I took it to the post office myself. Not only did I take it to the post office, I waited in line at the post office and mailed it myself. I didn't have anybody do it. I even wrote your name and address on the box with my own hand. Okay? It is on its way.
Holiday, so that probably slowed it up.
Maybe so, but okay. You'll have it any day. All right, take care. Okay. Open phones. All right, 1-888-465-2631. All right, let's see. Let's take another call. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's from Royal Palm.
You just made it, Joe. I was just hanging. What's on your mind, Joe?
My bad. I was working, and last night I got a quick switch of a job, and they're like, "You want to do Mar-a-Lago?" I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "You're having a big party today." I was at Mar-a-Lago there last night. It was like, I used to do it a while back before he was the president, but man, last night was such a different experience.
So, all right, so slow down. So you were inside Mar-a-Lago last night. Did you see anyone famous?
Yeah, I really can't say.
You can't say. I know what you mean. Those NDAs. I know what you mean. I've signed a few of those myself.
You've been there. And
Oh yes.
When you're inside the backside and by the waterfront and the back, it's just.
I'll tell you when you see, you can vouch for this, okay? Mar-a-Lago. Whenever you see Mar-a-Lago, the inside of it on television or online or in photographs, it doesn't do it justice. It really when you see it on TV or something, it looks kind of tacky, like very yellow. When you're inside, it is the most beautiful palace that you've ever seen, isn't it? I mean, television and the internet don't do it justice. It actually does it an injustice.
It takes the backside. If you ever guys, I don't know if you get a chance, but the backside when you go and they have the red carpet leading up to the.
Yeah.
It's like a palace, and
Mm-hmm.
and it was twilight coming down. I took a couple of pictures, but then one.
It's like, if the way I would describe Mar-a-Lago, it's a couple things inside there. If Louis the 16th lived today, Versailles, right? That's like Mar-a-Lago. It's like at that level. It's like a modern day Versailles, but it's paradise in there. It's like you're no longer in Florida. You're like in Hawaii. It's that beautiful inside.
It's very decadent. It's decadent. It's beautiful. It's the way. It's like you said, like Louis the 16th.
Yes.
Carpet was amazing. Everybody was in black ties and dresses, and aura was beautiful. The vibe was beautiful. So many people were so happy, and I was just happy just to be there again. Obviously I'm working. I can't.
Yeah.
The things I want to say, but there was so much security, and it was just.
It's paradise with It's a paradise with an army.
I'm so happy that the way they have the security is amazing. There's nothing that they could do silly like we used to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
another level. Thank
It is.
God.
Well, good. Well, I'm glad you had a good time, and working at Mar-a-Lago is not like work. It's like you got very lucky.
No, I wanted to stay. I didn't want to go.
Yeah.
I don't want to go. We're good.
No, go. 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 All right, appreciate the call, man. All right, take care. Yeah, didn't want to go. Imagine you didn't want to go to Mar-a-Lago. All right, if you're on hold, hang in there. Our number is 1-888-465-2631. I would say I do not have words to describe the beauty inside Mar-a-Lago. I was so blown away by it, and the wall on television, it doesn't look good on TV. Those stuff on the inside, when you're there and you see it with your own eyes, it's like, whoa. All right, if you're on hold, and in the White House, have you ever been to the White House? You been to the White House, Mike? The White House is a dump. Okay, like all that. You see that gold furniture? That gold furniture in the White House, it's wood painted with gold colored paint. You go into the dining room, there's like, the carpet's awful. The White House is a dump. I don't know why Trump just doesn't run the country from, and it's tiny, the White House, tiny. It's like a dollhouse. It's so tiny. Well, it was, built like in 1800. All right, if you're on hold, stand by. Our number, 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. We'll be right back.
It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Oh, man, how exciting.
The greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s coming up this morning.
There's only one opening on the board.
All Year Cooling Weather Center, South Florida's
Only one opening.
choice for same-day AC service and installation. Here's your oldies forecast.
I was surprised when I went to the White House how dumpy it is. And tiny. I mean tiny.
And right now it's 67 degrees outside. As we go throughout the day, though, temperatures are going to reach as high as 83 degrees with partly cloudy conditions from 12 to 3 p.m. with mostly cloudy conditions expected after 3 p.m. So make sure you stay cool, stay hydrated, and have a wonderful start to your weekend.
Weather brought to you by All Year Cooling. Enjoy free AC replacement.
25 cents a gallon. I can remember when I first started driving, when I had my first car, was 87, 88, and I would pay
Traffic check. Brought to you by the
75 cents a gallon, 77 cents a gallon. I could fill my car up with $5 back then. I'm $5. Now, it's a fortune.
What are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. Bring good hands with Allstate. Traffic, I'm Billy Collins.
Traffic, a service of the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
Well, when Trump is back, on my other YouTube channel, I'm going to start going up to Washington and vlog all the historical sites of D.C. I'm going to wait till MAGA is in full control, though, after the inauguration. I'm going to document everything, all the Smithsonian's, all of them. It'll take years. All the historical sites of the city and everything. But I'm going to wait until after the inauguration. It's a short flight from Palm Beach to D.C., and it's inexpensive, too. But I'm going to wait until MAGA is in place. Oh, here's Tom Laporta's son. New commercial.
As a military veteran who served in the Army after 9/11, I've brought the same dedication and discipline to our family business. At Laporta Roofing, we've been serving our community for nearly 4 decades, and we're committed to continuing that legacy of excellence. Our team specializes in all types of roofing systems, from shingles to tile, slate, metal, and flat roofs. Homes. We're the go-to experts for single-family homes, HOA communities, and condo associations. What sets us apart is our unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction. I've personally implemented systems to ensure you receive the best in customer service and workmanship. Don't miss out on our limited time offer for a free roof inspection. Call us now at 954-604-4602 or visit us at laportaroofing.com. Trust the experts who have been protecting homes like yours for generations. Again, that number is 954-604-4602.
The Boca Blues Festival is November 15th.
I'll probably, when I start doing that in Washington, I'll probably start at the Museum of American History. There's so much to see there. I mean, I'll probably spend the rest of my life documenting that.
Brian Craig here. Our 6th annual cruise is coming up, and you're all invited. This time, we're sailing for 7 nights on Celebrity Cruise Line's newest ship, the Ascent to Puerto Plata, St. Thomas, and St. Martin. We set sail March 30th. We have private shore excursions, private cocktail parties, group activities. We're going to go to the shows together and much, much more. Call in at Cruise and Travel Depot right now. 561-244-5779. 561-244-5779. And online at cruisingdepot.com to make your reservation and lock in our private group rate.
There's one opening on the board.
Close to Celebrity Cruises.
At All Year, we offer same-day AC and plumbing service and installation. Zero down financing? Yes, all year. Need plumbing help? Yes, all year. Call us today at 833 All Year. That's 833 All Year.
To the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All righty, we're back. Call us on hold, stand by. One opening on the board. You may have heard the new commercial just started a couple days ago. Tom Laporta's son, who is joined him, family business, a veteran. You know, Tom Laporta at Laporta Contracting and Roofing, just a couple things, okay? He can handle the job of any size, small single family home or a massive condominium or apartment community. If you have a community that has 150 buildings, Tom Laporta at Laporta Contracting and Roofing can handle a job of that size. He works on both residential and commercial, as well as even municipal properties, schools, churches, everything. So give him a call. Take advantage of that no-charge roof inspection. 954-604-4602. By the way, that's Tom Laporta's cell phone. He's a good MAGA guy, and he'll never sell you a roof you do not need. If you need just a simple repair, he'll do it. 954-604-4602. 954-604-4602 for Tom Laporta at Laporta Contracting and Roofing. All right, back to our very busy phones. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, how you doing, Brian?
All right, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing wonderful. Hey, one thing I'm really kind of hoping with Matt Gaetz is that he can actually investigate what's going on with Alex Jones with the onion purchasing the
What is there to investigate? I mean, he lost a civil lawsuit and they took it from him and auctioned it off. I mean, that's the way it is. There's nothing to invest. I'm not agreeing with that decision, but I'm just telling you, I would rather Matt Gaetz focus on things other than Alex Jones personally.
Okay. But it's kind of weird that they're doing like secret lawsuits and everything.
Are you calling me on a phone or a CB radio?
On the phone?
Okay, maybe Matt Gaetz could investigate your phone company because it's hard to hear you. But hey, listen, I don't agree with everything that's happened to Alex Jones. But would you rather Matt Gaetz investigate that, or investigate the lawfare by Letitia James against President Trump as an example? Yes, there we go. We agree. All right, appreciate the call. All right, I'm going to let you go because the phone's so poor. All right, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. It's Taj.
Hey, Taj.
Yeah, a few quick comments. I think that Matt Gaetz, I learned something new from you today, that Matt Gaetz, if he gets appointed appointed during recess would have 2 years, which is
That's right.
perfect because then after that he can run for our governor.
A recess appointment is until the new Congress, which is the midterms. Every 2 years we get a new Congress. So that's beautiful. Yeah, he would be great as governor. But when he starts going after these lawfare criminals like the Tisha James, Fannie Willis, and all the rest, he might be so popular and done such a great job. He might get the confirmation in the Senate to finish out the term as Attorney General.
That's true. Either way would be good. And then the other thing I wanted to mention was with Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy doing this Department of Government Efficiency, I think they should bring in Senator Rand Paul. He's like my favorite senator. Because every month he's been for years now creating a report of government waste and inefficiency already that pretty much everybody ignores. He says this project costs this many million, this many million.
And he can forward that to Elon Musk if he wants. He can forward it to Elon Musk. I trust Elon Musk. He knows. Elon Musk has government contracts with SpaceX. He'll figure it out, Elon Musk, believe me. He's the richest man in the world.
True, but he would already have an ally there that knows where a lot of the waste is, and he could help him out, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree. Rand Paul could help. Yeah. Forward, yeah.
And the last thing I wanted to say was when the votes they finally came in, there was a report that Trump did win Dearborn, Michigan, which is the most densely populated Muslim city in America.
Well, that's good. The Muslims did the right thing.
Yeah. So I just wanted to. I know it's Friday's open Mag Mike Friday, so I just had those three things.
That's good. All right, Taj. Well, it's good to hear from you. It does. I know. Appreciate the call, Taj. And let me tell you, this idiot Trey Gowdy on Fox, who's trashing Trump. First off, Trey Gowdy, when he was in Congress, was a big do-nothing. He'd go on TV and say all the right things, and then when it came time to do something in a committee hearing, he'd back off. And Trey Gowdy, he is on Fox late on Sunday. Oh, we just lost the phones there, Mike. Okay. Well, if you're on hold, stand by. Trey Gowdy does this Sunday night show on Fox, which I catch sometimes because they rerun it in the middle of the night, and I'll turn on Fox early in the morning to get their headlines to see if I missed anything, which I never do. They're already, but I catch the end of Trey Gowdy's show, and for the last few months, at the end of Trey Gowdy's show on Fox every Sunday night, he's been attacking Trump and saying what he's been doing wrong. I can't remember what the specific thing was, but President Trump was criticizing Kamala, and Trey, stick to the issues, stick to the issues, stick to the issues. I don't trust guys that slick their hair back like that, okay? I don't trust Trey Gowdy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He acts like he's this master politician. Then why is he on late at night, at Sunday nights on Fox, and not in government still, not in Congress? So Trey Gowdy's always trashing Trump. Don't trust Trey Gowdy. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello?
Yeah, you're on the air.
Oh, hi. It's Sandra from Boca. How are you?
Hey, what's up?
So I was looking at that meeting at the White House between Biden and Trump. Was it me, or did Biden look happy that Kamala didn't win?
I got to tell you, Joe Biden did everything but high five Trump. Biden handled himself properly, and I think Trump was shocked. He was so giddy, I thought, that Trump was there, not Kamala.
Yeah, I started to. I really saw. When you have to look at something like 3 times, that's what I did. I looked at it 3 times, and I'm like, it's just something a little bit too overly friendly. It's like, okay, I was going to put you in jail for the rest of your life, but what's it back?
Yeah, well, Kamala was responsible for that coup. She took his presidency away from him in his mind.
She did. That I'll tell you, she did. And when you see these pictures of Kamala with Joe Biden, I don't know where they were at some event. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Tension.
It was the Veterans Day event. And, it was the Veterans Day event, yeah. And, the thing about, Melania didn't go, and a lot of people are criticizing, Melania did the right thing. They broke into her home and went through her private closet. Why the hell should she go up there and act like nothing happened?
100%. 100%. But I just thought that looks a little bit too happy.
Well, I don't know about too happy. I think he was rubbing it in Kamala's face.
I think so, but it looks like he had this, I don't know, look of satisfaction
Mm-hmm.
too.
Because he defeated Kamala. If he, yeah, that's how he views it. All right, appreciate the call. All right, take care. Now it's Medicare open enrollment period, which is the only time of year that you can make changes to your existing Medicare policy. No matter where you are in the state of Florida, Debbie from I Will Advisors can help you with your Medicare this open enrollment season. Give her a call. She'll review your policy at no charge. Her family, the Klatzoffs, have been with the Steve Kane Show since 1993. You guys remember Adam, Captain Truth Klatzoff? That is her father-in-law. He passed away a few years ago, and Debbie took over leading the company. I'm going to give you the number. If you call and you get an answer machine, leave your name and number. Debbie will call you back. And again, no matter where you are in the state of Florida, she can help you. 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080. That's 954-753-8080. We'll be right back.
Hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show.
Do you suffer from neuropathy? I did, until I went to Lighthouse Medical Center in Pompano. Numbness, pain, burning, tingling in my hands.
Oh, yeah, this is just a great time, guys. It does not get better than this.
Muscle twitching have all but disappeared. Say goodbye to your neuropathy symptoms. Call Lighthouse Medical Center.
Yeah, if you're new, make sure you subscribe, okay?
754-222-6642.
The great Matt Gaetz, guys.
The Greater South Florida Chamber of Commerce has fantastic free-to-attend events all year long. Join us for their next great expo in your area.
Coming up Thursday, November 21st, it's their Senior Health Fair and Wealth Management Summit at Discovery Village in Stewart. A day filled with valuable information and resources. It's designed to help seniors take charge of their health and financial well-being. Informative sessions, interactive workshops, and tons of exhibitors. The True Only seat will be on hand from 11 to 1, giving away a free cruise for 2. Stop by and say hi.
Learn more and see a full list of events at GreaterSouthFloridaChamber.com.
Medicare recipients, listen up. Open enrollment is the only time of year you can make changes to your existing Medicare plan. Call Debbie at I Will Advisors, no matter where you're located in the state of Florida, for expert help this open enrollment period. 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
All right.
That's 954-753-8080.
All right, we are back. Only one opening on the board, and it's Open Manga Mike Friday. We're back live today. It was off yesterday. Our number 1-888-465-2631. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Mike from Louisiana.
Hey, Mike.
You know, you're talking about him going after, going after the lawfare guys, but we need transparency out of the DOJ. I think Matt Gaetz is going to open up the DOJ's books, and we're going to get transparency probably all the way back to a guy like Rod Rosenstein.
Well, the thing is, okay, here's the thing about these things. You cannot if you overload people with information, you miss you gotta be a little more slow than that. You don't want to open up everything. If you open up everything, no one will see anything. You know, there was a criminal treasonous conspiracy between the federal government and local government in multiple states against President Trump with the lawfare. That's what we got to focus in on. Fannie, Letitia, these judges, Merrick Garland, all that stuff. The break-in at Mar-a-Lago, all that stuff. If you open up everything, it all gets lost.
But you can make an argument that the lawfare started the moment, what's his name, appointed Mueller to go after Trump.
Yeah, I agree. It started when Obama started spying on President Trump during the first campaign. I mean, that's when it started.
There are a number of people that were there at that point that need to be looked into.
Mm-hmm. No doubt.
So, and he's a perfect guy to do it. He's a firebrand. He's fiery. And look, I'm not worried about that seat, losing that seat to anybody that's not MAGA.
No, me either. All right, appreciate the call, Mike. Take care. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Richie.
Hey, Richie.
Matt Gaetz. I'm glad you're here today. I set that alarm yesterday, got up, and I said, oh, my God, he's not there. But you're entitled to a day off. Listen what I'm going to say to you. Roger Stone, this guy that called up, we're not talking about Roger Stone. We're talking about the way the Justice Department pulled their clap again yesterday. He lost the judgment. Not Roger Stone, what's his name? Alex Jones.
Yeah.
He lost the judgment, but Roger Stone had a group of people that had money, big money, that was going to buy that thing. And they decided they were going to raid and shut him down regardless, and they changed the rules right in the middle, and they just pulled a real winky on him.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a beef.
Yes.
Okay, now we're going to talk about Matt Gaetz, okay? Matt Gaetz you keep on thinking the lawfare is a bad thing. We all see the lawfare. They're going to pull January 6th with the pipe bomb and everything else. They're going to find out that the FBI was involved in this, and they're going to find out that this was a conspiracy by the United States government to do a job on President Trump.
Yes.
Truth will come out here, and that will be the biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
About the lawfare, but not a lot of people know what they pulled on Trump. This was a coup on.
Mm-hmm.
It was a coup by them.
Yeah. There's gonna be, but you gotta go through things one at a time. If you overload people, nothing will happen. You got to do it a little bit at a time in a very orderly process. I think Matt Gaetz is the perfect choice. There's no choice better.
Well, unbelievable, because he's going to be 100% honest. He's got big ones. He's not going to be afraid to pull everything out, and he can fight for himself. Now the thing about what I'm going to tell you is, I have something probably here that you have in your home. That's like Mar-a-Lago. So I have a little mini Mar-a-Lago. So do you, by the way. And my pillow's got to be all over Mar-a-Lago. I mean, he's got to have...
Probably. Yeah, I would imagine so.
Unbelievable, yeah. Matt Gaetz, get back to Matt Gaetz. I'm jumping all over the place. Matt Gaetz, one thing I love here, for the first time in 12 years, Trump isn't being attacked every day. All his picks are being attacked. Have you noticed how... And it's the media.
Well, one of the things President Trump is not doing, which is different, is he's not going out and defending these picks. He's just releasing a statement on truth, and that's it. And he doesn't go out there and defend it.
And they go crazy. I've never seen anything like it.
It's beautiful.
The press is sick. And by the way, Gowdy, they got something on Gowdy. The question I heard was, why did he all of a sudden quit? And why didn't he get back into practice?
Mm-hmm.
Something on Gowdy. Gowdy's a dirtbag.
Oh, yeah, big time.
He's a big rhino, man. I know what it was. He got involved with the January 6th. He was against Trump. This guy's a dirtbag.
If I remember correctly, during those Lois Lerner hearings, he was talking a big talk, and then when the hearing came, he was like sucking up to Lois Lerner. Remember that years ago? And I was done with Matt Gaetz. I was not Matt Gaetz. I'm sorry. I was done with Trey Gowdy then. I'm like, this guy is a phony.
Oh, big time. I mean,
And I want to tell you guys this. I know I've already gotten a couple calls today about Alex Jones. You know, I can't really worry myself about it. You know, Alex Jones. Yeah, go ahead.
it's the procedure. They raided his studio yesterday.
I agree. I agree with that, and that it's what happened is terrible. What happened to Alex Jones. I'm not justifying it or making excuses, but I can't worry about Alex Jones. Quite honestly, what I imagine will happen with Alex Jones is he will. This is what I'm going to picture him in the future. He's going to be living in another country, doing his show in another country. Okay. No, they're gonna shut that down too. Listen. He's in a situation like OJ was. Okay, OJ couldn't make any money because of the judgment, so anything he did, they would take. Right. Alex Jones is in a similar situation. The judge
ruled InfoWars was what they could go after.
No, you're going to see they are never going to leave him alone or those who hire him. And he is going to have a lifetime of hell, and it's wrong and everything. But I just can't get myself focused on it. A lot of people are talking about it because they feel obligated to. I mean, I feel bad for the guy, but he's a very self-destructive person. But what I mean by this is, like, there's that guy that does that show online. What's his name? He used to be on Fox, Redacted. What's that guy's name? He used to be on Fox. He does a show with his wife online, Redacted. And he does his show from Portugal. And what happened with this guy is Clayton Moore, I think Clayton Moore. Isn't Clayton Moore the Lone Ranger? Wasn't that the Lone Ranger's name?
The guy.
Clayton Morris is the guy from Redacted, not Moore. Clayton Moore is the Lone Ranger. Clayton Morris had gotten involved in some real estate investment scandal, okay? I don't know if he was guilty or not, but they were coming after him. His wife was a news person here in America, but she's from Portugal originally, so they moved to Portugal where there's no extradition. And he's been doing a very profitable show in America from Portugal for years. And I bet you 98% of the people that watch him have no idea he's in Portugal, hiding away from this thing in America. And eventually, yeah, you didn't know either. Yeah, eventually that's what's going to happen to Alex Jones, because Alex Jones is a. Well, let me finish my sentence, then you can tell me why I'm wrong. Alex Jones is a self-destructive individual. Okay. He is a self-destructive individual will always self-destruct.
Agree. The thing is this: there's a new sheriff in town now, and there's a new Justice Department. I don't think they'll go after him. I think there'll be a complete change.
What happened? They'll judge shop. What happens with people? Okay, you know what? When people get settlements, especially one that's divvied up between how many people, it's not as much money as they were expecting. After the lawyers get it and everything else, they blow through the money, and they've been going after Alex Jones so long. It's like they're never going to stop. He will always have problems.
The raw deal. I think that's.
I'm not. Oh, I agree with you. I don't understand how this happened. I mean, it's insane. Yeah.
So he went after him because he's a conservative, and he was they went after him because of his views. Wrong.
See, I would not have done what he did. However, it's America. Free speech. But yeah, I agree that what happened to him is an injustice. But he will self-destruct. I know you guys like him and everything else. I don't dislike him. But I don't know him personally, but I do have friends of friends, okay? He is a very self-destructive person, and he will screw up again. He will not end up on top of the world ever.
You're right, because he's outrageous, and he's out there. Guts to say what he wants and what he thinks. And I understand you are 100% right. He is self-destructive. But does that cause destruction? What they did to him, trying to take away his Probably if we had false teeth, they'd take them out of this.
Yes.
Disgusting. They did that because they're liberals. And that whole town of Sandy Hook is a bunch of...
But let me ask you about this, though. Okay, O.J. Simpson was as guilty as the day is long, right? He killed Ron and Nicole. But he was found guilty. I know it was a racist jury, but that's our system. He was found not guilty. Was it right for him not to be able to make 10 cents for the rest of his life?
He should have been able to make money.
I mean, that's the way our system works. Just because you don't like someone doesn't mean you destroy them financially. But Alex Jones is the most self-destructive person in media. He may wind up with something really good and be at the top, but it won't last. He'll screw it up again.
But I think that with Matt Gaetz coming in and the new Justice Department, I think there's going to be a big change even with him.
I would not want them to get involved with Alex Jones, in my opinion. I mean, I just don't think that that's really smart for us right now. We got more important fish to fry.
Bannon right there, I'm telling you, they actually showed it on the Steve Bannon show yesterday. They showed Jones being raided.
Oh no, it's terrible. What happened to him is terrible. I mean, it's scary that that's happened in America. But when you are a conservative, half of the job is not getting jammed up by these leftists. Okay, and I'm not kidding. That's half the job, and unfortunately, it's not. I don't live in the world of should. Things shouldn't be that way. I live in reality. If you live in the world of yes.
It's the President Trump in New York. When they went after that Mar-a-Lago with the $18 million.
Correct.
They wanted to take everything they need.
Yes. Yeah.
Ruthless. These people, and thank God he had the money to fight these people.
Yeah.
And he had America behind him. The man on an island by himself.
Yeah.
He was saying crap.
Yeah. All right, Richie, I got to run. All right, take care. Call us on hold, stand by. We'll take our break for the top of the hour. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. Our number toll free, 1-888-465-2631. We'll take our break for the top of the hour and be right back.
WSFS 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WIRK 103.1 HD3 Indiantown.
I didn't say you did anything wrong.
96.9 FM, Boca Raton on 95.3 FM, West Palm Beach on 95.9 FM, and in Martin County on 106.9 FM. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Your home for the Steve Kane Show.
You're misunderstanding what I'm saying.
South Florida's #1 choice for same-day AC service and installation. Here's your oldies forecast.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Michael Marone from the All Year Cooling Weather Center. Today is Friday, November 15th, 2024, and right now it's 67 degrees outside. As we go throughout the day, though, temperatures are going to reach as high as 83 degrees with partly cloudy conditions from 12 to 3 p.m., with mostly cloudy conditions expected after 3 p.m. So make sure you stay cool, stay hydrated, and have a wonderful start to your weekend.
Weather brought to you by All Year Cooling. Enjoy free AC replacement estimates along with same-day service and installation. Visit allyearcooling.com to schedule your service today. And remember, the All Year family is here to serve your family all year long. And now, a true oldies traffic check. Brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
Nice driving on the interstate. 95 is in great shape right now in both directions. Unless you didn't follow the turnpike either. 6th Avenue north of Dixie Highway. Your fender bender may slow you down. This report brought to you by Allstate. Some people just know you can save money on car insurance just by checking with Allstate first. Those people saving a carload of cash right now, so what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
If you're on hold, hang in there.
Traffic, a service of the Palm Beach Kennel Club. Culture Room PBKC is open every day with 65 tables of action, including cash games, high hands, mega bad beat jackpots, and exciting tournaments. Bet small and win big with table games like Ultimate Texas Hold'em or 3-card poker with just a $5 minimum every day. PBKC is also your best bet for exciting OTB action from Churchill Downs, Laurel, Del Mar, and
One opening on the board, guys. One opening.
Have you put off buying buying new tires because you thought they were too expensive? Find friendly prices at Friendly Tire in Margate on both new and used tires. New tires as low as $70 a tire. That's out the door and on the road because Friendly Tire doesn't charge you to balance the tire or mount the tire. They have thousands of used tires in stock too, starting at just $30. Call for a quote right over the phone. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445.
Do you suffer from neuropathy? I did, until I went to Lighthouse Medical Center in Pompano. Numbness, pain, burning, tingling in my hands and feet, muscle weakness, loss of balance, muscle twitching, have all but disappeared. Say goodbye to your neuropathy symptoms. Call Lighthouse Medical Center for a free consultation. 754-222-6642. Tell them Steve Kane sent you.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, we are back, and don't misunderstand what I was saying. I'm not agreeing with anything that happened to Alex Jones. I'm just saying that's not where I want our energies to be. I'm trying to save America, not Alex Jones, who's self-destructive, okay? All right, let's go. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hey, Pennsylvania.
Hey, I am so glad that this is Friday, MAGA Mike, whatever stupid name you have for this.
No, it's called Open MAGA Mike Friday, we call it.
Listen to me, I got two things to say. First thing, I want to apologize to you.
What is your name and where are you calling from?
Rob from Pennsylvania.
Okay, go ahead.
I got to apologize for you for the Butler thing, saying that it was staged by Trump and he put the blood all over his face with the pill thing. You know, I did some more research on that. I found out that wasn't Trump. That was a body double because Trump's been hiding out in the mountains somewhere. Anyways, beyond that, have you seen this bronze statue now of Butler with Trump and his Secret Service thing around there?
No.
Have you seen him outside that?
No.
Like his bronze thing. Yeah, it is.
Well, I will tell you. Listen, if you were to, this will never happen with you. But if you were to come to my house, which will never happen because you'll never be invited. But if you were in my house and hanging on the wall right next to my front door as you walk out of my house, okay, is a photograph, a very big photograph that my wife had made and framed of President Trump covered in blood after that Never Trumper shot him. And many MAGA people have that image displayed in their home somewhere. It was an important moment when the establishment and the Never...
Body double.
Okay, well, maybe a body double could loan you a brain.
Well, I'm trying to get on this cruise with you so we can have a good discussion.
No, you're not invited on our cruise. It's a private group, and there's no way in hell I'm going to spend 7 days or subject our listeners to 7 days. You are not invited on the cruise. You're not welcome. No, you won't. It's a private group. If we don't want you in the group, you can't be there. It's a private group.
Well, that shows you what kind of MAGA people you are.
You think I want to? Do you think I want to spend a week and subject our listeners to a week of you? Are you out of your mind?
Well, they got to hear both sides. They got to hear the real truth.
This is a vacation. This is a vacation. No liberal stowaways allowed on our MAGA cruise.
I'm not liberal. That's where. See, there you go. Call me names.
Well, I don't care what you are. You're not welcome on our cruise. And if you were to book, it wouldn't happen. You're out. Especially since I got It's a.
Name, so anyway.
I don't need to know your last name. I got all your information.
No.
Oh yes.
No, yeah. So people are worshiping this picture of Trump now. That shows you how evil he is. And
worship? No, it's not worship.
That bronze thing, which is an idol, people are worshiping that idol now. And yeah, he's evil. He's very evil. He's going to destroy our country.
Yeah, but you're MAGA. but he's evil and going to destroy the country.
I am. I'm MAGA.
How can you be MAGA? How can you be MAGA and think that our leader is going to destroy the country?
Because MAGA is Make America Great, not Trump making.
All right. All right. Goodbye. That's about all you're going to get from me. And I'm not kidding. You're not invited on the cruise. And if you were to book, it would be canceled. It's a private group. No, you won't. No, you won't. No, you won't. How do you think you're going to see me?
I'm going to go.
No, you were not going to go. And not only that, I will tell you this. We have security on our cruises that protects Steve and I and our group. And security on more than one occasion has had to remove people. And you know, this is not a joke. They have a brig on these cruise ships. There are actual brigs. And if you stalk me and come on the cruise, well, that may be where you spend your week. I have told you you're not invited. I've told you you're not invited. You're not welcome. It's a private group. And you've told me that you're going to still see me there. That's called stalking. All right, take care. Take care. You think I'm kidding about the security and the brig? I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, let's go. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Richard in Constance.
Hey, Richard.
Okay, God, you're wasting your breath on that treat. Anyway, here we go.
Excuse me, no, hold on a second. Was I really wasting my breath, or was I creating a record in case he stalks me internationally? Which do you think I was doing? I think, exactly.
Yeah. I hate for people to talk to you that way, because you're trying so hard to get the Trump message. But here we go. I call it a vote, what's coming up in the Senate to confirm Gaetz. Now, I know Murkowski and Collins will vote no, and then there'll be one more, so it'll be a tie. Is Vance allowed to be a tiebreaker in something like this?
Yeah, he'll no longer be in the Senate. You can't hold two federal offices, okay? So he'll resign his Senate seat. He'll be the vice president, and he will break the tie.
Okay.
But we may not need that, because this very well could be a recess appointment, which is perfect.
Well, I just want to also let you know that was the night of the election. I was there right till around 2:30. It was the happiest moment of my life.
Oh yeah.
Last few years, I haven't had a chance to smile or anything, and it was so great.
Mm-hmm.
And just want you to know, and I was feeding my cat something I don't normally do, little treats. They're not her cat food, but I gave her too much evidently, and I was jumping for joy when Trump was voted like he had enough votes to win, and she threw up on my foot.
Oh my goodness. Oh my. Well, at least it's a memory. You'll never forget that night.
Okay, thanks a lot.
All right, take care. Take care. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. This is Bill from Sanford.
Hey, Bill.
Yeah.
All right, Bill.
I can't think of any person sitting at a witness table better than Matt Gaetz. I don't think there's going to be any difference than him sitting on one side or the other. He is so smart, and I don't think they're going to get him.
Listen. The recess appointment is perfect. If Trump makes a recess appointment, he's got 2 years before he has to go through the hearings again. But what makes everyone so sure he's not going to get the vote? You know, I saw Marco Rubio, and every senator I've seen except these fake Republicans that always go with the Democrats, right? The ones that are saying he's not going to make it are ones that always go with the Democrats. Every other senator has said their job is to advise and consent, and the presidents are entitled to have in their cabinet who they want. The Senate is not there to stop people. They advise. We don't like them, and then they consent.
But what I can't understand is anybody better than sitting there and when he went after Merrick Island, there was nobody better going after Merrick Island.
Oh, listen, Matt Gaetz is the only person who will do what has to be done to bring these lawfare people to justice, and all of it, because anyone else that Trump would pick would be worried about their friends, their next elected office, or their next job in the private sector. Matt Gaetz doesn't care about any of that. He's the perfect pick.
He doesn't need Trump's endorsement. He's his own endorsement.
Correct.
He could go after those senators in a nice way, but he will make his point.
Yes.
Very smart.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm excited. You know, the only thing Trump has going against him is he makes these picks and they blow your mind away. They're so awesome. How can he trump that the next day and make a pick that's I mean, Pete Hegseth was turning the world upside down, and then he nominates Gaetz for Attorney General, and that's like what? I thought Pete Hegseth was that's nothing compared to this. So what's he going to do today?
Well, I love the guy. That's all I can.
Okay, I do too. Yes. All right, appreciate the call from Sanford, Florida. All right, if you're on hold, stand by. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. We'll be right back.
Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in on the action. Call the Steve Kane Show live on air now. 888-GO-KANE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Hello, it's Scott Chen with a quick reminder that the oldies are back on the radio right after 10 this morning, right here on South Florida's True Oldies Channel.
Hey there, hold on.
This is Steve Kane. I want to tell you about my favorite restaurant in all of South Florida, Wings Plus in Coral Springs. Wings just the way you like them. Plump, tender, and delicious, crispy on the outside, succulent on the inside, everything homemade, nothing comes out of a can. Dozens of specialty sauces that will make your mouth water. Wings Plus, located in Coral Springs, a mile west of University on the south side of Sample Road.
The Buckle Beats Festival is November 16th and 17th at the Sunset Cove and the Theater
What a
of
jerk.
Hotel. See the band on stage with epic visual praise. Experience Samantha Fish, Tab Benoit, Ali Venable, Bloody Water Son, Blood Morganfield, Vanessa Collier, and more. Get your tickets today to the Local Blues Festival November 16th and 17th at the Sunset Cove Amphitheater. Tickets and info at local.
If you're on hold, hang in there.
Time to spend hours in the doctor's office or waiting hours on one of those big labs. That's why I can do any lab test now in Boca and any lab test now in Coral Springs for all of my lab work. Your techs are highly skilled and professional, and their prices are guaranteed to be the lowest on lab work you'll find anywhere. Appointments aren't necessary. Doctor's orders and prescriptions, they're not needed either. I'm in and out in 15 minutes or less. I get the results the next day in my email box. And they also send it to my doctor. There's lots of any lab test nows around. These are the only two advertising on our radio station. So don't use the rest. Only go to any lab test now in Boca and any lab test now in Coral Springs. Any lab test now in Boca is in the Sandal Food Plaza. That's where the Western Beef is, between Palmetto Park Road and Hillsborough Boulevard on the east side of State Road 7, 441. Any lab test now in Coral Springs is on the southeast corner of University and Brandonwood by the Coral Square Mall. Call any lab test now in Boca at 561-237-5009. Any lab test now in Coral Springs number is 954-806-5983. Don't forget to mention that you heard about them on the radio.
Now back to the Steve Kane Show with Craig. Listen to the podcast on 95.9 FM, the Treasure Coast on 106.9 FM, hear us in Boca on 95.3 FM, Fort Lauderdale on 96.
All right, the countdown has begun. March 30th, Steve Kane and me, Brian Craig, take off on our Trump victory cruise. And on the line, we have Ian from Cruise and Travel Depot. Hey, Ian.
Hey, good morning.
Oh, my goodness. You know, we were just talking about you before the break. I don't know, did you hear the call? Oh, I got another stalker. I was explaining to him about the security and the brig on the ship and everything. But, you know,
Brig does not serve food from the buffet or the...
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. No, but we have a private group, and we do everything together. We have a great time. And last Friday, I'll call you after the show with the name of my latest stalker. We took a tour last Friday of our ship. We're on the Ascent, correct? Yeah, the Celebrity Ascent, which is the newest ship in the Celebrity fleet. It's their flagship. And usually when we take these tours so that we can look at the ship and all the venues where we're going to have our events and plan out the cruise events. And this ship is spectacular, guys. I mean, I was blown away by it. And usually what we do is we have lunch in one of the nice restaurants on board the ship. And you said, let's eat in the buffet. And I'm not really usually a buffet guy. And you said, Brian, you got to check out the buffet. And we had lunch in the buffet, and I got to tell you, I felt like I was in a Michelin star, 5-star restaurant in the buffet on the Celebrity Ascentian.
Yeah, that food was good. I mean, I picked a variety of stuff, you know, the different cuisines, Indian, Mexican, the pizza's always spectacular, and just everything, you know, that they touch, everything that they serve is really quality.
It is, and this is, when you think of buffets are very good, this is not like any buffet you have ever been to. The quality of the food is so far elevated, I think it would rival any Michelin star restaurant. I mean, the food is spectacular.
Yeah, the food's great. I mean, that's one of the big draws for Celebrity, because they actually they budget more per guest for cuisine. And that's how they made their name on food, wine, relaxation, and the food just, you can't shake a stick at it.
Well, when we have dinner, and by the way, I never eat in the buffets, really. Maybe once a cruise, but this one, I'm going to be there all the time. It's so, the food's so incredible. But we have dinner together as a group every night in one of the fine restaurants. And you can have breakfast and lunch in the restaurants too, but every night we meet as a group for dinner. And a lot of people don't know this. People that are veteran cruisers know you can order as many dinners as you want. Okay, you can order like 30, and they'll bring them to you. And I every night at dinner I order at least 2, if not 3 dinners, because I want to taste everything on the menu. So I'll order 2 or 3 entrees.
I mean, think about the cost of ordering like a beef Wellington or a duck l'orange in a local restaurant. It might be $50 a plate, but you can have 2 or 3 of them if you want.
Exactly. And the thing about people say, you never gain weight on these cruises. Well, because we walk a lot, right? When you're walking around the ship, you're having a good time, and you walk off the calories. So I don't worry. I eat. And the food on these, Celebrity Cruise Line it's a luxury cruise line. It's a very upscale luxury cruise line, really a yacht-like experience. I know a lot of you have cruised, like, say, on I know Ian can't say these names, but like Carnival. This isn't like that. This is a very upscale, very adult, very luxurious cruise line, and the food and the restaurants and the buffet is some of the finest food you have ever eaten in your life. And for most of us, maybe the finest food we've ever eaten in our life. It's very impressive. Now, we're leaving March 30th for 7 days. And we're going to Puerto Plata. Where else are we going?
St. Martin and St. Thomas.
Yeah, and we have shore excursions at every port of call. Those are also private shore excursions. The only people in these excursions are people in our group. We have onboard activities that are exclusive to our group, private parties of all kinds of private events, and a lot of surprises this time around. We're doing a lot of things we've never done before on this cruise, and it's all private with our group. Now, you don't have to stick with the group the whole week. You can go rogue and say hi and bye, and we'll never see you again. But we have a great MAGA cruise family. The cruise family gets bigger and bigger every year. These are MAGA people. These are great people. And I've made some lifelong friends in our group. I know you have, Ian.
for sure. I had drinks with a couple of them last week.
Yeah, exactly. So listen, I'm going to give you Ian's number at Cruise and Travel Depot. Give him a call and lock in your reservation. His number is 561-244-5779. 561-244-5779. That's 561-244-5779. And remember, no liberal stowaways allowed, okay? All right, Ian, we'll talk soon. All right, take care. All right, back to our phones. It is Open MAGA Mike Friday. Let's go. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, good morning, Brian. It's Bob from Pompano Beach.
Hey, Bob, what's up?
Hey, I know this open mic. So this Jamal Simmons, who is Kamala's communication director or whatever, he made a statement a couple days ago that Biden should step down, make Kamala president, and have her turn over everything to Trump. And this way she'd be the 47th president of the United States and a first black woman as president, and then hand it over to Trump, but be the 48th president, and she'd screw all his paraphernalia up and all that. And I'm like, this is why this country will never get together, because you got people like that in power who make stupid statements like that, ridiculous statements, and I find it.
Well, first of all, it wouldn't mess up Trump's paraphernalia. He would make new paraphernalia and make more money because people would have to buy the new hats and stuff that say 48 on it. So it would help financially for Trump and the Trump. That first off, that's never going to happen. Didn't you see Biden with President Trump at the White House on Wednesday? He was so giddy. The Bidens both were giddy for President Trump to be there, not Kamala. And think about the entitlement, the arrogance of Kamala. They want Sonia Sotomayor to resign her Supreme Court seat for her. They want Biden to resign the presidency. Go back to California, start drinking the California wine all day, and just go back to being a wino. You're retired, Kamala. You're not entitled to anything.
She's not trying for somebody in some kind of power on CNN to make a statement like that. Should be, I don't know what would.
It's America. It's America. You have the freedom to say anything you want unless you're Alex Jones.
You're right. This is why this country will never get together, because you got people like that who just so hate Trump and so wanted.
Listen, this is the reality, okay? I know people don't like to say this, but this is what happened, okay? I know who you're talking about, that guy, Jamal, whatever. Liberal blacks thought they were running America now and were going to for the next generation, and that white people were going to be subservient, okay? And this was the whole Obama plan. And people are tired of being told that they're racist, that they're this phobe, they're that phobe, they hate this, they hate... I mean, look what they're doing with Pete Hegseth. He's got a tattoo of a cross. Okay? Now it's an old style cross, but they're saying he's a white supremacist. It's not a swastika, it's a cross. Okay? People are tired of this woke, liberal, DEI, 1619 project garbage.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, look at Al Sharpton on TV. They talk about racism. They didn't want a black woman who's married to a Jewish man, and that's why. And I'm saying to myself, how about Obama? He was elected twice. No racism came up there that white people were against him or whatever. They voted.
White supremacists. This idea that there's white supremacists organized out there is a myth. If white supremacists were an organized movement, they would have been protesting every day at every event Obama was ever at. They having a black president for 8 years. Same thing goes for. Did you see the white supremacists show up to protest Kamala Harris at anything? No. It's a liberal. Or I'm not saying there's not white supremacists out there, but they're not some organized movement. Or they don't like having black vice presidents, and presidential candidates. They'd be all over it.
Yeah, but they're a minority, and to lump everybody in as racist is ridiculous. And I'm telling you right now.
Well, this is the deal. The left have no arguments, so they can't win in the public debate. So what do? You're a racist. You're a transphobe. You're a homophobe. You hate what they. Since they can't debate, they try to stop the argument by labeling you something because they can't win the arguments. Hey, listen, don't worry. Don't worry about Kamala and her cast of losers. They're done. The only time she'll come up is will she go to the inauguration or not, and how does she look and behave? And after that, it's it. She's going to go back to California and be a wino.
Right, and thank you so much for all the work that you do at your station. And
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Take care. If you're on hold, stand by. We'll take our break for the bottom and be right back. All right, guys. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. There's one opening on the board where that guy was just at.
From the all-year cooling weather center, South Florida's #1 choice for same-day AC service and installation. Here's your oldies forecast.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Michael Marone from the All-Year Cooling Weather Center. Today is Friday, November 15th, 2024, and right now it's 67 degrees outside. As we go throughout the day, though, temperatures are going to reach as high as 83 degrees with partly cloudy conditions from 12 to 3 p.m. with mostly cloudy conditions.
Really?
So make sure you stay cool, stay hydrated, and have a wonderful start to your weekend.
Weather brought to you by All Year Cooling. Enjoy free AC replacement estimates along with same-day service and installation. Visit allyearcooling.com to schedule your service today. And remember, the All Year family is here to serve your family all year long.
Siegel yesterday was asking about the spots.
I'll get him to him.
Gotcha.
I'll get him to him. I haven't sent him to him yet.
So I don't know why I would be doing it. I don't think I've ever had that problem before.
What?
He said.
I thought I sent them to him, but I'm maybe they got lost in the spam. I'll text him.
Gotcha. His say though is his so he has his phone set to if it's not the number he usually gets called by, it goes straight to voicemail, so he doesn't get it right away, like the phone call. And he says the last few times when we've called, it's been from a different number. It should always be the same number. That's what I'm.
What do you mean here? What do you mean call?
Like when we call from here to him to Bill on the phone, he
I
said
don't
it's
know.
been like I was like, I've never had that before, so I'm not sure why.
I don't know if it hasn't changed.
That's what I said. I was like, there's no reason there should be. And he says he has like 8 different numbers saved from us. It's like I was like, I've never had that. I was like, I'm not sure why that would be.
Okay.
So like, when the break company they called, they're like, I don't know why. I
Mhm.
thought the video might be the name, but I never.
It's the same number.
Yeah. There's no reason why it wouldn't be, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why he's getting a different one.
Yep.
Maybe it's a thing that he has set up. Maybe it's showing a different number on him because it's
Unbelievable. Oh my goodness. I've got the busiest day of my life ahead of me. And yesterday was a day off from the radio, but I was busy as hell. I'm about ready to collapse, guys. I really need, like, a staff of people to help me. But I don't have it. I'm like on the verge of being very overwhelmed. But what's happening is the show and everything I'm doing is growing by leaps and bounds. So my workload's increasing, and I just got me. I'm like really, oh. All right, one opening on the board at 1-888-465-2631. It is Open Mega Mike Friday. Friday show, the show prep is up to you guys. Now, I want to tell everyone about the free doorbell camera offer from Sloman's. This is amazing, okay? Now, if you don't have this, get it. I've been telling you for the longest time, these doorbell cameras are amazing. But Sloman's will give you a free doorbell camera that connects directly to your smartphone with the installation of your Sloman Shield. They're also going to give you a free customized home security system and professional installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring. They're going to give you an LED touchscreen, a motion detector, 10 contacts for your doors and windows, a lifetime warranty, and a backup battery. Plus, you'll receive a free doorbell camera with the installation of your Sloman Shield. Give them a call, 1-833-283-5050. 1-833-283-5050. That's 1-833-283-5050. All right. Boy, oh boy. Okay, let's go back to our phones. We've had some pretty good calls today. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Conservative Doug.
Hey, Doug.
I love Matt Gaetz, but I was actually...
Why'd you block your number? You tried to block your number today. Why'd you do that?
No, that's just my office line. So I block everybody from that office line.
You think I'm going to call you back on your... Why would you try to block your number from me? See, guys, I know everything.
Just automatic, sorry. I'll get that.
Oh, just a habit? No, you mean, just a habit? You do it by habit? Star 67 or something?
No, it's just that's the line I have is just blocked all the time.
Okay. No, I don't know. I just was wondering.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
The cell phone broke, so I have to use my own.
Oh, okay. Anyway, Matt Gaetz, the best attorney general pick Trump could possibly make.
Love my... well, I was hoping for Rudy, but Matt Gaetz is just as good, if not...
I love Rudy Giuliani, but he's a little up there, and, I saw him the other day. He can't even afford groceries, he said. They've taken all his money. They've frozen his accounts.
This is what they did to that guy, man. That's why I was hoping something to get him back in the eyes of everybody, see what they've done to them. But he's certainly going to handle it. He may be a little too old, but Matt Gaetz had the energy. Matt Gaetz was not a criminal lawyer, but he's a good...
I don't care, but and he's been a victim of this lawfare with these stupid congressional things that Kevin McCarthy tried to destroy him and failed.
Yeah, the first thing one liberal said to me yesterday is, "Oh, yeah, a rapist taking another rapist." I said, "Wait, what that?"
What are they talking about? A rapist?
Just saying Trump is a rapist, and he's picking up him as Gaetz is a rapist. I said, all these charges are just like the Russia, Trump is a Russian agent, all fake. You guys have nothing better to do to come up with that because you have nothing else to say but lie. You guys should be ashamed of yourself. And they just laughed it off. There's no shortage of these idiots. Like this idiot that called you before, that guy, he wants to be a stalker.
Yes.
Sick. I don't know what's wrong with these people, man, but they need some sort of medication.
Oh, yeah.
Our country doesn't need people like this, and it's really like the other guy who called us is putting us apart. We need to all get together, get behind President Trump, and make the country, like he said, the paradise again. This is what we need.
That's right.
I'm telling you, I've never seen anything like.
And Sylvester Stallone. I haven't played the audio. I don't know if I'll play it or not because I'm taking calls now. But Sylvester Stallone just said the nicest things about President Trump last night at Mar-a-Lago. And I don't know. Have you watched Sylvester Stallone's TV series Tulsa King?
No, I haven't.
It is really good. You got to start it from first season. Sylvester Stallone, he has this new show called Tulsa King. It's on Paramount Plus, and he plays a guy who did a 20-year stretch in prison he was a mob hitman. He gets out of prison, and the New York mob they send him off to Tulsa, and he starts his own mob family in Tulsa. It stars Sylvester Stallone. I mean, it's a great show. I love it.
I'm gonna look into it, man.
I love it. I love it even more that he's MAGA now.
He woke up. It's like that joke that Reagan said, about the selling the kittens, the Democrat kittens were selling Democrats, then all of a sudden, a month later, the Republican guy was selling Republican kittens. How can it be Republican? Well, now the riots are open.
That's right. Yes, that's a good joke. That's an old joke. All right, Doug, I appreciate the call. Okay, take care. All right, here's somebody else trying to block their number. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, and for Florida, you have 12 mentally challenged people that call on a regular basis.
And you're one of them.
Get rid of them.
And you're one of them. So you want me to get rid of you? That's a great idea. Let's get rid of you. That's a great idea. Thank you for the suggestion. Goodbye. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
That's funny, and you're one of them. Good morning, IB.
No, Steve's not here today, but you're in the habit. You could say Uncle Steve. I don't get why you say that.
Yeah, but I was thinking about the picture that I saw yesterday with Donald and Sylvester. By the way, he sold his house in the sky. I think he sold it to Madonna. Trump has put now the pieces like a fine Swiss watch, like a Piaget or something, okay? The pieces are all coming in place now, and the final touch will be when he sits in at that resolute desk and everything goes into motion like a fine watch. But we cannot forget how they stifle the country money-wise by creating problems so they can rape our Federal Reserve. Okay? That brings us down financially. And we cannot forget New Yorkers. Because what he did on that border and avoiding questions when he's being asked, looking like Groucho Marx with those big old bushy eyebrows and evade.
Something's up with this Mayorkas guy. I mean, there's just opening the border up like he's done. There's just something. He's not doing it for nothing. He's getting something out of it.
We must understand and make him, and he has to be forced. I wish they had when you like in court and you don't do something, you get penalized for it. They need to make him answer. He cannot avoid what he's done because he's the one responsible for all the robberies, the break-ins, the rapes, taking over the buildings. Remember when they snap and grab and run into the stores, hundreds of people, and they kill our businesses?
Yep.
He's going to turn that around when he sits behind that desk, and he's going to bring the job back. And Elon Musk is going to probably put about $2.5 trillion already paid as soon as it goes into action. And once we bring the business back and get those tariffs, we're going to see the prices subside in society, and going to feel more calm. I'm looking forward to that. But Mayorkas has to be
See, there's not going to be the tariffs because the countries that have these unfair tariffs against us are going to lower them to the right levels. All right. And in Mexico, all those car plants are getting shut down. The car business, when President Trump he's going to make the interest on auto loans tax deductible on American-made cars. Those Mexican plants are out of business. They're all going to come to America. Cars are going. I was telling him I need a new car. My wife got a new car I need a new car. Okay, and I've been waiting for Trump to buy a new car. And yeah.
And what that's going to do is force other countries now to come groveling at our feet to bring their products into our country because we are so.
It's called the economics. It's called capital. All right, take care. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Yeah. It's hard to understand you, but we'll give it a go. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Oh, good. Okay, very well understood. I'm calling from Tennessee.
All right, Tennessee. What's on your mind?
Okay, I want to write Trump, President finally. I'm 77, and I set up every night and watch you.
Oh, thank you.
On here, you don't come on here until 5 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to write President Trump, and I want to write Elon Musk.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to give out people's addresses on the... Google it. All right? Google it. I'm not going to give you out addresses on the air, but just Google it. Everything's online. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? What's your name? Where are you calling from? Oh, here we go. All right, that's it for you. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello, you're on the air. All right, once. Oh, that you just made it. Yeah, you're on the air.
Hi, I'm Tonic. I'm calling from Florida.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my parents came to America legally back in the late 50s. I'm over a half a century old, and I've been sitting back and watching everything that's been happening to my country. I was born and raised here. And I'm putting the pieces together, and would you be, not you, but as a person, anyone who says it like me, would I be an anti-Semitic if I were to say, you know what, we need to remove all these Jewish people from government?
Yes, you would. That would be anti-Semitic. That's called like being a Nazi. Why would you say something like that?
Because if you notice all the people that are in power in Biden's administration, they're all...
No, they're not. Just because someone's a Jew doesn't mean they're Israeli. No, they're not. I'm sure I can look it up on your. I'm sure. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Just because someone. I don't care. No, I don't care what you are. You're an anti-Semite.
The Jews are ruining this country.
I would say, yeah.
Church.
They've infiltrated it. All right. Okay. There's. I will talk to almost anyone. Okay. I will talk to almost anyone. There's a couple people I won't talk to. Anti-Semites and Klansmen / Nazi / white supremacist. And that kind of fits into the same thing. That I will talk to anyone and I will debate almost anything with anyone except that. All right? That's just me. Okay, our number is toll-free, 1-888-465-2631. What a dumb caller. All right, let's take our break. We'll be right back.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on the...
All right, and it's time to check in with Attorney Barry Siegel from the Siegel Law Group. Attorney Barry Siegel, good morning. Great. What do you have for us today, Barry?
We worry about, we have fears, and one of those is running out of money and being broke. You know, when you're younger, you know, if you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, and you have something happen and maybe you had some money and you lost it, you still have that time horizon to get back on your feet. I remember meeting with a client way back in 2008 when the economy wasn't doing very well, the stock market crashed, and these people who were in their mid-80s at the time had a financial advisor who had them all in these tech stocks that went way down, and they lost just about everything. And at that point, there was no coming back from that. Now, that was terrible, but one of the reasons that people end up losing their assets in their retirement years, their golden years, is the cost of long-term care. As we've talked about many times, we're talking about roughly 50% of people are going to need some form of long-term care, whether it be at home or in a facility, and that care is very expensive. And if we don't have that safety net of long-term care insurance to help offset those costs, then what are we going to do? We're either going to have to spend down our own assets and potentially go broke, or drastically change our financial situation for ourselves or our spouse, or our surviving spouse. Or we can talk to an elder law attorney such as ourselves at the Siegel Law Group, and we can help people set things up so they can protect themselves, have that safety net, so that you can apply and get government benefits that you've paid into your whole life, and now at the time that you need it, it will be there for you. You just need to take a few steps to be able to qualify for it. And that's what we do at the Siegel.
Absolutely. You know, at what point should someone call about the Medicaid planning for the at-home or the nursing home care? I mean, you want to call early, right? Before. When is the right time to call you for that?
Well, there's a couple of things. First of all, if somebody is needing care, like right now, like if somebody is already receiving care, then it's a good time to call us, because we want to stop the financial bleeding now if you're already spending down your assets. Or if you or your spouse are at a point where you're anticipating the need, maybe one of you is not doing so well, and maybe you're looking at what are we going to do when the time comes, or just for those people who might be healthy, but they just don't have long-term care insurance, or they're worried about this, they can come in and we can do the planning to make sure they have everything in place and that there's a strategy to get them to qualification.
That's awesome. You hear that, guys? So basically, at any time, I mean, but if somebody, you know, Barry, I know you hear these terrible stories. People think they got to be broke and destitute. They go through everything. Everything's gone, and then they call you, and it doesn't have to be that way. So if you have a family member that is already receiving care and the bleeding has begun, sometimes people quit their jobs, adult children that take care of their parents. Yeah.
I do that all the time. And here's one other thing, Brian. Sometimes, you know, let's say there's a husband and wife, and the husband is the ill one and needs care, and then the wife, who's in her 70s, 80s, and or so on, is now being the caregiver, doing physical work, moving around, doing all these things, taking him to the bathroom, and here she was being the quote-unquote healthy spouse, and now all of a sudden it's taking a toll on her, and she might be the one who becomes ill or passes away because of the toll on that. So if we can get them on government benefits, get them Medicaid to pay for that care, then we could have that spouse or the child not have to spend their time, even though they love that person and they want to help, but it's not that's not how you want your kids to remember you. It's not what you want your spouse to get ill or get injured trying to help you. Have a professional do it, and we can get the government to pay the lion's share.
Absolutely. Listen, it's always a no-charge consultation with the Siegel Law Group if you mention you heard Attorney Barry Siegel on the radio. I'm going to give you the number, and remember, no matter where you are in the state of Florida, the Siegel Law Group can help. 855-FLA-3782. 855-FLA-3782. And online, SiegelLawGroup.com. All right, Attorney Barry Siegel, we'll talk next week. All right, okay, we are back, and let's go right back to the phones. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Steve from Boca.
Hey, Steve.
How are you, Brian?
All right.
Two things. One comment and then a point about Pete Hegseth, please. First of all, these callers like Renee and this other man that wants to go on the boat with you and this other jerk, you know, they are becoming more and more the minority. If you think about it, based on the way the voting went, with Trump getting the Hispanic vote, more and more black votes, in the next 3-4 years, what Donald Trump is going to do for everybody in this country, he's going to help these people tremendously. And their standard of living, their way of life, their families, they're all going to do better, including these jerks who call you. And more will swing to Trump. And because the last 4 years, if you think about it, it was almost a good thing that Biden won and Trump didn't have consecutive years. And I want to get to Pete Hegseth, but just think about it. The fact that you have had Biden in there for the last 4 years, what a comparison for the American public to make in this election. The first 4 with Trump, the last 4 with Biden, and now they're welcoming Trump in such a massive landslide. And it's just going to grow and grow and grow. And these people, these idiots that call you, are going to become more and more of a minority. And that's point number one.
Well, before you get to Hegseth, I want to talk about this. You know, that last caller, the anti-Semitic guy, I mean, that was a seminar caller, guys. I mean, I didn't want to get into it because I was up against a break, and I don't talk to people like that. But I had just talked to a caller a few minutes ago, white supremacist and all that stuff. It's a liberal urban legend. They're not organized, or they'd be out there, and then boom, like 2 calls later, there's one on the line. Give me a freaking break, right? Like that. I mean, that guy was a Democrat and so fake. It's insane.
Brian, you're very astute. I'm not blowing smoke. You're one of the reasons I think you're great is you are, and I'm not blowing smoke. I'm telling you the truth. You are very astute. You pick things up.
and you're good. I listen to a lot of talk radio. I listen to Bannon all the time. You're really good. But look, let me get to the Hegseth point, please. Pete Hegseth is going to have to appear before Congress to get rewarded with the defense secretary.
Maybe.
He should recommend, what he should recommend is, he should bring, what's that woman's name, Rachel Levine?
Yes.
You know Rachel Levine, who's in the government now?
Mm-hmm.
Should bring Rachel Levine with him and sit side by side. So when they ask him questions about Secretary of Defense, he should look to Rachel Levine and say, gentlemen, the choice is yours. Do you want an army of this? Or do you want an army?
Well, Rachel Levine, I agree with you about Rachel. Rachel Levine is with the Health and Human Services, kind of like Rachel Levine's not like a real admiral in the Navy. Rachel Levine is like the Surgeon General with that National Health Service. They're not. They look like Navy uniforms, but they're not.
The Army and the Navy, they're all becoming so woke now that we have to get back to where we were in 1940s, 1945, when you have real macho.
I want to tell you this about Pete Hegseth. Pete Hegseth is the closest living example of John Wayne that exists in the world today. I mean, I mean, it's true. I mean, you look at him. I mean, come on.
You hit it right on the head. You hit it right. He is going to bring in so much for the military because a picture's worth 1,000 words, and young people are going to say, wow, look at this guy. I want to be like this guy. And the military is going to explode because of him.
Mm-hmm. But I got to tell you, I was talking about a couple days ago, Pete Hegseth is a brilliant decision, too. When Pete Hegseth comes in and they start cleaning house with the not just these generals, which is going to be controversial, but the transgender, like there's a lot of transgender officers that like to go around in women's uniforms. When he orders them to stop doing it and they disobey that order, they're going to be arrested and court-martialed. It's not going to be smooth sailing. It is going to be, these transgender people in the service are activists. And they're on a lot of drugs that make them act in very unconventional ways. They're going to resist. They're going to resist, and it's going to be a media spectacle, and it's not going to be smooth sailing for Pete Hegseth. He's got a lot of rough lunatics he's got to deal with.
Well, when you take the skirts and the dresses away from them, there's going to be enough people.
Well, there's one colonel that is in the Air Force in particular that I see at all the events, and there's no way that colonel is going to put on pants. Not going to happen. And I'm telling you, what are they going to do? They're going to have to arrest them. People forget, when Bill Clinton first came in and he brought in the Don't Ask, Don't Tell, he was going to let gays openly serve and the military wouldn't accept. So he did Don't Ask, Don't Tell. Some people came out and they were thrown out of the military, and it was very high profile. There were a couple guys in the Navy I remember in particular. This is different. This is going to be, there's a new media now. It is going to be a rough ride for Pete Hegseth when he's going to win it, and he'll, but it's not going to be like, okay, no, this isn't going to be allowed anymore. There's going to be a massive national military resistance to this.
Forgive me for laughing, but Saturday Night Live really will lose a lot of material when all this woke stuff goes away, because it really belongs on Saturday Night Live, not in our U.S.
By the way, I got a question. Since you mentioned, does anyone know, is Chevy Chase a Republican? Is he a conservative? You ever heard anything about that? And I'll tell you why I bring that up. There's a new feature film coming out about Saturday Night Live, and it's about the opening night of Saturday Night Live. And it's got a lot of A-list actors in it. And they released a 7 or 10 minute scene online the other day, and I watched it. They make Chevy Chase look like the biggest a-hole I've ever seen. And everybody else is perfect and angelic and just a wonderful talent. But Chevy Chase, they make look like a monster. Now, I love Chevy Chase. Fletch and Fletch 2, Fletch Lives are two of the funniest movies ever. National Lampoon Vacation and National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation are American classics. And I'm thinking, why everybody else is made out to be these perfect people except Chevy Chase. Lorne Michaels is a liberal monster. So I'm just wondering, is Chevy Chase a conservative or a liberal, or is he really just a jerk? I don't know.
I don't know. But I will tell you, more and more people in the next 3-4 years are going to come out of they're just going to just admit to the fact that they like Trump. I really think that the
Well, I hope let me tell you, Sylvester Stallone coming out as MAGA at Mar-a-Lago last night is big. I'll tell you why. He's got his new show, The Tulsa King, in its second season on Paramount Plus. Watch that show, but watch it from the first episode. Don't start in the second season. You won't get it. You won't like it. And his daughters have a reality show, okay? And a very popular podcast. His daughters that are the daughters of the supermodel wife of his. So Sylvester Stallone is not one of these actors that isn't working anymore. He not only is working a lot, he has a hit television show in its second season, and his daughters are big Hollywood stars too. Okay? So this is not, a lot of these washed up actors all of a sudden tell you they're MAGA. He is a very, very much working actor, and his whole family are. So that tells me something. Listen, I got to run, but don't mind. You can blow smoke anytime you want. I won't mind. In this business, you don't get too much smoke blown your way. Okay? So anytime I can get it, I'll take it. All right, now I want to talk about Dr. Appleton. He has rid me of pain now 6 times. The laser wave pain treatment, it's amazing what it does. It actually repairs the damage that's causing the pain. That's why when he rids me of pain, it doesn't return, because the pain is my body telling me something's broken, something's torn, something's ripped, something's not right. And the laser treatment fixes it. Dr. Appleton is able to determine where the pain is coming from, and he treats that area where the damage is. I don't know how he does it. Because when I went in there with my shoulder, my whole shoulder, front and back hurt, my whole arm was in pain, my fingers were in pain. He found this spot. Walk-ins are welcome, and appointments are never necessary, even on Saturdays, which is tomorrow. Dr. Appleton performs all the laser treatments himself. That's right, not an assistant. He performs them all himself, and he has a great bedside manner. He's a great doctor, a great guy. You'll love him. Make sure you tell him I said hello when you see him. And the laser treatment works on every type of pain I've ever heard of. Give Dr. Appleton a call and say bye-bye to your pain, too. 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. That's 954-973-0710. And online, AppletonCairo.com. All right, if you're on hold, stand by. 2 hours down, 1 to go. Our number toll-free, 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. We'll take a break and be back after this. If you're new, make sure you subscribe, guys, and I will go to the phones after the break.
All Your Cooling Weather Center, South Florida's #1 choice for same-day AC service and installation. Here's your oldies forecast.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Michael Marone from the All Your Cooling Weather Center. Today is Friday, November 15th, 2024, and right now it's 67 degrees outside. As we go throughout the day, though, temperatures are going to reach as high as 83 degrees with partly cloudy conditions from 12 to 3 p.m. with mostly cloudy conditions expected after 3 p.m. So make sure you stay cool, stay hydrated, and have a wonderful start to your weekend.
Weather brought to you by All Year Cooling. Enjoy free AC replacement estimates along with same-day service and installation. Visit allyourcooling.com.
Talking about the commercials I have to
your
do
service today. And
in the
remember,
last
the
hour.
All Year family is here to serve your family all year long. And now, a true oldies traffic check. Brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
A lot of brake lights showing up on 95 at Blaze Road. You got the right lane blocked in Express and the left lane blocked on the main line due to crash. Also 6th Avenue North of Dixie Highway. An accident there slowing you down. This report brought to you by eBay. We all got a thing. Yes, even you. And you love fashion, car parts, trading cards, whatever you're into, it's on eBay. So go find that thing that keeps you up at night. eBay. Things
Unbelievable.
That's traffic. I'm Billy Combs.
Traffic, a service of the Palm Beach Kennel Club. The poker room at PBKC is open every day with 65 tables of action, including cash games, high hands, mega
Mega-Man beat jackpots and exciting tournaments. Bet small and win big with table games like Ultimate Texas Hold'em or 3-card poker for just a $5 minimum every day. BBKC is also your best bet for exciting OTB action from Churchill Downs, Laurel, Del Mar, and more. For more info, go to pbkennelclub.com.
When you need lab work, don't waste hours and hours waiting at the doctor's office or one of those big labs. Go to any lab test now in Boca and any lab test now in Coral Springs. Their prices are guaranteed to be the lowest you'll find anywhere. No appointment, doctor's order, or prescription is needed. And you're in and out.
Oh my goodness.
They offer every lab and blood work your doctor can order. They even have drug testing and STD testing. Take control of your health care and visit any lab test now in Boca and any lab test now in Coral Springs. There's lots of any lab test nows around, but these are the only two advertising on our radio station. So don't use the rest. Only go to any lab test now in Boca and any lab test now in Coral Springs. But make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio.
Hello, this is Mike at Friendly Tire. I've been in business 30 years at the same location and offering great deals on new and used tires. I have many suppliers. Whatever car or truck you have, I can get you incredible deals on any tire. I also do tire repairs at very low prices. Give me a call. My number is 954-977-9445. I will give you a price over the phone on new and used tires. Again, my number is 954-977-9445. Thank you.
On the air
All right.
since 1977. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All righty, we are back. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. We're back live today. We were off yesterday. It is open phones on Friday, so the show prep is up to you guys. All right? Although I do prep for a show, and I have brought up some things, but I haven't gotten really to much of my show prep. On Open Mega Mike Friday, you're welcome to call in about any and everything you have on your mind. The number's toll-free, 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. All right, back to our phones we go. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning.
Yes.
Oh, okay. You never know when you're on. This is Joan from Tampa Bay. How you doing?
Hey, John, what's up?
Well, anytime they start whacking out on one of Trump's appointees, you know they're the right person.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Period. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, that's true. That's enough to. All right, that's enough. That's better than a lot of the callers have had today. In fact, I was going to pull up something here. Well, this is. I don't know who this woman is. She is on with Chris Hayes on MSNBC, and they're talking about Pete Hegseth. Listen to this.
Nominee Peter Hegseth, the Fox News commentator as well, because this is someone who weekend host. Important distinction.
Okay, now before we play this, okay, did you hear this? Chris Hayes, weekend host. Like that's, like he's not a real host. He's just a weekend host. I promise you, Fox and Friends Weekend, in their lowest rated hour, has more viewers than this guy has in his primetime time slot on MSNBC. All right? This is MSNBC. This is Pete Hegseth, weekend host.
The Secretary of Defense nominee, Peter Hegseth, the Fox News commentator as well, because this is someone who weekend host. Important distinction. This is someone who, is known to be a white supremacist. Oh,
really? He is. Pete Hegseth. I hope they're listening tomorrow. Who knows this? And where did this come from? I like how they just make these pronouncements. He is known as being. No, he is not.
Whose platform, whose book is basically about his opposition to the advancement of black officers to the top brass.
Okay, so no, he is not a white supremacist, and he's not known as that. In fact, he really wasn't known to liberals by much of anything until the other day. But let me tell you this. If you're on hold, stand by. I'll do the phones in a minute. People like this woman who thinks she's some black civil rights activist and role model do such a disservice to the memory of great people like Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King, and many others, okay? the people that fought the real racists were getting their heads bashed in by Democrats with baseball bats and all kinds of things. You know the history. I don't have to tell you. Having an R next to your name is not being a white supremacist. They do such a, their standard for what a racist is, I don't even understand what it is anymore. They're the racist. They're racially and religiously stereotyping him. Because Pete Hegseth is white and he's a proud Christian who has a lot of tattoos all over his body, and some of them are of crosses. Okay? That's the symbol of Christianity. And out of every group in this country, blacks have the largest percentage of their population Christian than any other group. There are probably more crosses in black homes than any other ethnicity in this country. I did not know all of a sudden a cross is a symbol of white supremacy. I thought it was the symbol of Christianity. These people are sick. Sick. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning.
Yes, you're on the air.
Hi, Brian. It's Eeyore from Rogers.
Hey, Eeyore, what's up?
Oh, I'm excited. I am so excited. You know, it's like Christmas every day. I can't wait for the next day for the surprises. You know, your callers do appreciate you because you do hard work. I always say good things about you.
Thank you.
Because to me, you're the best on the radio.
Well, thank you.
So when you were off yesterday, I did miss you. But what I want to call about is, you know, all the news is doubting President Trump's young, powerful picks. It makes me laugh. Look at the freaks in the Biden administration. That's where the criticism should be. The whole world sees these freaks that are in his administration. You can't take it serious. You know, Matt Gaetz, what a pick. This President...
Pick. You said what a pick. You said what a pick. P-I-C-K. What a pick, right?
What a pick.
Okay, because the way you said it, it sounded like some people may have thought you said pig. No, you said what a pick.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my mouth doesn't...
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
No, he's a great pick. President Trump is hitting a home run after a home run. You can't drain the swamp alone. He's got a powerful team he's building. It's going to be so good to see what's going to happen. I hope he would buy the Yankees so he can make them into championship team again.
Well, you know, Matt Gaetz, I've been talking about this all morning. Matt Gaetz is the perfect pick for Attorney General. He is the only person that would go after these lawfare people. Anyone else, okay, they would be worried about their next job, their friends, their donors. Matt Gaetz, who's been a victim himself of false allegations, he is, let me tell you, I've been 2, 3, maybe 3 times I've been in the room with Matt Gaetz, okay, at different events. When he walks in the room, everyone who's MAGA goes nuts and loves this guy, okay? And that's all that matters, because this is a MAGA country right now. But the reason they go nuts is because he stands up to these monsters. Who's going to go after Letitia James, Fannie Willis, Merrick Garland, other than him?
You know what? The whole team that he picks, they don't care. Being tortured, being laughed at. They don't care what they say about him. They don't care nothing about that. They just care about doing the job and doing the right job.
That's right.
Trump is such a genius.
I mean, look at this pick with Robert Kennedy for Health and Human Services Secretary. And and last night, Sanjay Gupta, the FDA, they're all threatening to walk. Let them walk. Most Americans are overweight and unhealthy. We're sick, right? I mean, look at the kids today. They get out of go by your neighborhood's high school, middle school, or elementary school and look at the kids that come out. Were the kids that obese when you were in school? No, they're all fat now. So let the FDA and all of these people quit. What they're doing isn't working.
Throughout the world, they took eliminated a lot of the stuff that we're eating in this country.
That's right. Hey, listen, it's good to hear from you, man. Take care. Appreciate the call. All right? You too. All right, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
David from Pinehurst,
All right, Pinehurst. What's up? Where's Pinehurst?
North Carolina.
All right. What's up?
Yeah, it's sad to think that for our 250th birthday of our country, we're going to have a con man and a fraud as president.
No, excuse me. You may not have heard. Kamala Harris lost. Donald Trump will be president on our 250th anniversary.
Exactly. The
Convict, the felon.
trash war.
The what? Euro trash wife.
Yeah.
Are you slow down. I'll let go back. Values. Are you a married man?
Yeah.
Really? How long you been married?
Over 30 years.
Over 30 years to a woman?
Yeah.
Okay. If what you said is true, which I highly doubt since you paused so much when I asked you, but if you were really a married man, okay, you would understand your poor your poor wife. I tell you, your poor wife. But if you were a decent gentleman, if you were half a gentleman and a decent married man, you would know better than to do what you did. You don't talk about a man's wife like you just did. A gentleman doesn't do it. Now, you're just not a gentleman. Why'd you vote? Why? Oh yeah, I've seen. Oh yeah, she looks great. Absolutely. Yeah, I've seen them. Those are called professional art photographs. Why'd you vote for the hey, if anyone's going to be nude, if anybody, yeah, it's called art. It's called art, yeah. Why'd you vote for Kamala Harris? Because of her values?
Yeah.
Kamala Harris got her first statewide job by having sex with a married man, Willie Brown, the former mayor of San Francisco. You want to talk about values?
Marriages that Trump had? How many porn stars did he sleep with?
No, he slept with no porn star, and also Kamala Harris went around dating openly a married man and was introduced as his girlfriend. So if you're going to talk about values, come on.
Oh, so how many marriages does he have?
This is President Trump's third marriage. Well,
Yeah.
sometimes marriages don't work out.
Oh, yeah, sure. If you cheat on your wife and having multiple,
He cheated on his first wife. His second wife cheated on him, and he's been married to Melania for over 20 years, happily.
So you were okay. You were downsizing, putting her down, but he's done the same thing. You're not putting him down.
No, he did not do the same thing. No, she did not do. No. What Kamala did. Well, and he's admitted it. Kamala hasn't, and he didn't do it for pay for play. If someone has sex with a man in exchange for a $90,000 a year job, what is that called? She's having sex with a married man, and he gives her a $90,000 a year job. Oh yeah, and a BMW, brand new BMW. What is that called?
He gave her. No.
That's called prostitution. That's called prostitution. Yeah.
Qualified for the job. I get it. Yeah.
It's called prostitution. No, she was qualified. She was a woman. He wanted to have sex. The qualification was, I'm looking for a woman to have sex with me, and I'll give her a job in a BMW. She was highly qualified. That's called prostitution.
God, you're like, calm your blood pressure down, buddy. We don't want you to have a heart attack or anything.
Yeah, my blood pressure's fine.
Really? Because you like get really upset over it. And I think
I'm not upset. I am not really, yeah. Okay. Tell me. You've got to. This is what you've got to understand. Okay, you as a Trump derangement syndrome sufferer, this is what you've got to understand. Donald Trump won the popular vote in this country, right? Like 10 counties in California turned red, turned MAGA. Kamala Harris lost. Okay, Donald Trump won re-election with the popular vote, won all of the swing states, and will never run again because this is his final election. You've got to get over it. Your never Trumpers have been defeated forever. You'll never stop Trump. He's been re-elected to his second and final term of office. Kamala Harris was rejected. You need to move on.
Oh, I don't care.
You don't care?
Well, no, I mean,
what are your the dumbing down of no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, no tax on overtime, deducting your auto insurance, your auto loan interest off your income taxes on an American-made car. These are bad values.
well, yeah, if they happen. I mean, unlike the tax rate I got when he gave a tax cut. Listen, how was the debt under Trump the first time?
No, not the debt. You got it. So you take the Trump tax cuts. You take advantage of the Trump tax cuts.
I didn't get a tax cut. I got a tax increase, but
How did you get a tax increase under Trump? Did you start making more money or something? Did you change brackets?
No.
What was your tax rate before and after? How much do you earn a year? Since you brought it. How much do you earn a year? Oh my goodness.
Me and the wife were at 150.
150. So you got a tax cut. If your taxes went up, well then you made more money under Trump than before. So hold on. Slow down. Cut the deductions. What deduction did Trump cut? What deduction did Trump cut?
He cut my truckers per diem pay.
He didn't cut your truckers per diem pay. He's not your trucker boss. He's not your boss. He didn't pay you. The per diem comes from the employer. Oh my goodness. Enough. Oh my good. Did we take our break? All right, we'll take our break and be back. His per diem? The per diem. That's not cut my per diem.
This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Hey, it's Shawna on the radio with a quick reminder that if you like music by the Stones, the Beatles, the Beach Boys, the Four Seasons, and all those big hits from Motown, this morning, right after 10 a.m., it's all back on the air, right here on South Florida's true oldies channel. Solon's and their free home security system.
The per diem doesn't come from Trump.
Installation offer is here. Yep, finally some great news. How would you like a free doorbell camera? You get a doorbell camera, you get a doorbell camera, and you can get a doorbell camera. The first 40 True Oldies listeners who call 833-283-5050 will get this limited time offer of a free doorbell camera that connects directly.
They can't accept the loss. They just can't accept the loss.
Will give you a free customized home security system and professional installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring. So you're going to get an LED touchscreen band, 10 contacts, backup battery, and service plan. Plus, if you're one of the first 40 True Oldies listeners to call 833-283-5050, you'll receive
His per diem? How's that Trump?
of your Sloman Shield. Keep your family safe. Call 833-283-5050. That's 1-833-283-5050.
Hey, my True Oldies listeners, John Tesh here with some intelligence for your retirement this time. When you're looking for a retirement advisor you don't trust and experience are two pending qualities to look for. And as it turns out, my friend Jupiter Joe Thomas possesses both of these. Whether you're in retirement or looking to retire, I want you to give local expert Joe Thomas a call. Here's the number.
Oh, my stomach just growled. I don't know. Did that pick up on the mic? Did you guys hear that? I don't know if you heard it. my goodness. It did pick up on the mic. Yeah, it was my stomach.
Just because you're getting older doesn't mean you have to feel it. At the Bio Station in West Del Rey, Dr. Mitch Matez, an expert in hormone replacement therapy, is here to help you reclaim your youth. Hormone replacement therapy is all natural and can restore your hormones to where they were in your 20s. You'll feel younger, have more energy, even get yourself done. And for women, hormone replacement pellet therapy
Oh my goodness.
can reverse the signs and symptoms of menopause. No more mood swings, better sleep, and no more night sweats. Call Dr. Matez for a free consultation today at 561.
Well, I don't eat before I go on the air. I don't eat till I get off the air. Eating before I go on the air makes me tired. How does somebody get their taxes raised under Trump's first term? They would have to make more money and go into another tax bracket. Per diem is not a tax. What an idiot.
Say goodbye to your neuropathy symptoms. Call Lighthouse Medical Center for a free consultation. 754-222-6642.
All right.
Now back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Listen in the Palm Beaches. Coast on 106.9 FM. Hear us in Boca on 95.3 FM. Lauderdale on 96.9 FM. And anywhere in the world at
All right, we are back. It's Open MAGA Mike Friday. On Friday's show, it is Open Phones. And since we don't want to steal Open Phone Friday from Rush, we call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. Any and everything on your mind is fair game on Friday's show. Some pretty good calls today, but these Trump derangement syndrome sufferers, they can't accept. They're in that grief phase still. They're still in the denial phase of grief. All right, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Steve, how are you? Good morning.
Hey.
To these great people. They're upset because Kamala lost, and they're trying to make sense of their loss. That's what's happened.
It's hard to take a stand on morality when Willie Brown's girlfriend was who they voted for.
Exactly. I mean, how will he explain what Kamala did when she was,
Well, this is what they get. This is what he doesn't understand. As the other Trump derangement syndrome sufferers, the time of Trump versus Kamala debate is over. America rejected Kamala, and Trump won the popular vote, including every swing state.
And if you look at the map, it is really getting worse and worse for Democrats because the blue states are not really blue states. They're only blue cities.
Correct.
Oregon, it's almost red. Washington is almost red. Even the northeastern states are also becoming almost red. And my call for you was about that, Brian. If you look at the map in Palm Beach County, the final results, man, what a disappointment that was, because we lost Palm Beach County for only 5,000 votes.
And that's something?
Yes, 5,000 votes. I was like, oh my God, that's incredible. Sometimes I ask what the Republican Party was doing in Palm Beach.
Not much.
Not much, right? Because we lost it by 5,000 votes. The sheriff kept the position. Most of the Democratic appointees and elections, they kept their position. I can't believe Louis Frankel is still there. I can't believe that most of the Democrats in government, they kept their position.
Yeah.
Election.
Yeah.
Work hard.
By the way, did you see yesterday? Whoopi Goldberg is going on that sex strike.
Yes.
Now let me tell you, whoever this poor man is that is having sex with Whoopi Goldberg must be so excited that she's on sex strike.
I feel bad for that guy, seriously. I can't believe that he's even...
Is there really a guy, though? Is there really a guy who's having sex with Whoopi Goldberg? I mean, come on. Ugh.
Yes, and listen, another point that I wanted to bring up is Marco Rubio. I'm very happy that he was chosen, but now we have to think about who's going to replace his seat. It's important who's going to be taking his seat. It's important that we think about.
I know. Unfortunately, DeSantis all of a sudden becomes a somebody again. He's got to replace Matt Gaetz. He's got to replace Marco Rubio.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. I hope that he replaces Marco Rubio with somebody that can.
I just have one. Listen, I'm going to stand by whatever the Trump family does and whatever President Trump says. However, this hasn't happened yet. I'm a little suspicious of these Republicans pushing Lara Trump to replace Marco Rubio. I love Lara Trump. She's doing such good work heading up the RNC. She played such a crucial role in us winning this election. And I just wonder if these Republicans are trying to get her out of that RNC position because she did so good in this last election with the Senate seat.
I think she should stay there. She did really, really well in that position.
She saved America. Lara Trump saved America. Now she can now as the senator from Florida, she can still do the RNC stuff. It doesn't mean she can't do both.
But we shouldn't remove her now. She did so great.
I agree.
She removed something that works.
Yeah, she did so good. And the thing with what she did at the RNC, the organization nationwide and everything, gave so much confidence into the process that our turnout will even be higher next time. And remember, the Democrats only won states that do not require photo ID. They didn't. Yeah. So I mean, I just really feel like the establishment Republicans are trying to get Lara Trump away from the RNC with this Senate seat replacement of Marco. I could be wrong. I don't know. And she can do both, but she just did such a great. We may not have won without what she did. You know what I mean?
Do you have someone in mind for Marco Rubio's seat? Because they have.
Byron Donalds.
I like him. I really like him, but Byron Donalds cannot. I don't see him carrying Miami-Dade. No. I
wanted Marco Rubio to be there for the rest of his life. I'm sorry to see him go, but it's the decision has been made. So I like Byron Donalds. I know I know DeSantis likes to take credit for Dade County. It was Trump and Marco Rubio that got Dade County red. It was not DeSantis.
That's why I'm saying maybe Marco Rubio knows someone that can carry Dade County in 2 years, because Dade County is difficult.
When you mean we need a Cuban?
Yeah, it has to be someone that.
Who's a you got to remember before Marco went in the Senate, he was our leader in Tallahassee in the state Senate. So I don't know who we have like him. The lieutenant governor? I don't know. I've heard she's liberal.
She was the other day with DeSantis.
Well, do you really trust DeSantis?
Well, he's a governor, and to me, I think he's done great work when he comes.
Really? What about that betrayal of President Trump when he ran against him? Yeah.
I agree with that. That was bad. But when it comes to education, he protected a lot of.
He did. He's done some good things like that. All right, listen, I got to run. I appreciate the call. We're a little bit behind because I went over on the last break. If you're on hold, stand by. One opening on the board. It is open phones on Fridays. We'll be right back.
It's the Steve Kane Show with Ryan Craig.
my goodness. I don't know. What do you guys think about the thing with Lara Trump? I mean, if they make her the senator, that's awesome. But she did such a good job at the RNC. I just worry about her leaving that.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Ryan. I just want to say thank you for Dr. Appleton because I'm from Orlando. I took my life. Took 3 hours to go down there to find my little mom. My mom walks straighter than she ever walked in her life. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being such a
Unbelievable.
That's amazing. So you heard me in Orlando talking about Dr. Appleton and drove to South Florida with your mother to see him.
My mom is awesome now. Awesome. No more arthritis, no more pills, none of that. She's going back to New York. She sits on a train for 24 hours. And I'm telling you, no pain. She gets off that train. I'm like, this is she walks like a young woman.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Call Dr. Appleton and say bye-bye to your pain too. 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. Online, AppletonCairo.com.
Unbelievable. I am resting my mouth and my throat. I've been talking for hours. I've got 25 minutes of show left. And I've got to record some commercials when I get off the air in the production room. And then I got a podcast later today. And my jaw is sore. I'm resting my mouth, my voice, and everything else. All right.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig, celebrating 47 years on the air.
All right, every line on the board is lit. We're going to go back to the phones in just a moment, but I got a quick question for you. Do you know what's in your family's water at home? What are you drinking, cooking with, and bathing with? You know, tap water can be loaded with all kinds of toxins. Barium, radium, chlorine, pesticides, God knows what. Nothing you want to ingest into your body or your family's bodies, that's for sure. Of course, I'm talking about Angel Water. You know, the Angel Water filtration system takes out things that other filtration systems do not. You know, they have over 1,000 positive reviews on Google. So it's not just me. That means their customers love them too. They handle everything. They'll come to your home, test your water at no charge. They install everything. and you can have clean, safe water throughout your home. Oh yeah, the Angel Water filtration system also removes all those forever chemicals that the EPA is always warning us about. Now, they've got a great offer right now for listeners of our radio station. Angel Water is going to give you a free under-the-sink reverse osmosis system, which I have, with the purchase of a whole house refiner. I got that too. So give them a call. Now, when you call, they'll send Rocky out. He's a good MAGA guy. He'll test your water at your home at no charge, just like he did mine. And when he tested my water and showed me what was in it, I was shocked. So call Angel Water. Here's the number. Have Rocky come out and see for yourself what you have been drinking, what you and your family have been cooking with, and what you and your family have been bathing with. Here's the number. 561-899-6585. 561-899-6585. That's 561-899-6585 for Angel Water. All right, back to the phones. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
PJ from Broward.
Hey, PJ, what's up?
Hey, one big upside about Rick not having to become majority leader. Now he has time to
Okay, this is, okay. What hurricane was that? Do you remember? It was a few years ago.
Yeah, it was Irma. It was...
Okay. Okay, it's been that long. Okay, in 2017, Hurricane Irma hit South Florida, and I did not have internet for like a week. And I did something crazy. I called Governor Rick Scott at his office, and and my internet went on that day. I called him up, and my internet came on. And I know, can you believe it? Rick Scott, and I talked about it on the air, and PJ's all. I don't know why you make fun of me for that, PJ. I think that's pretty amazing.
I remember that because I was on my way right after that. I was on my way to Paris Island. My nephew was graduating from the Marine Corps, and I swear I was on Periscope all the way from like Jupiter, like almost to Jacksonville, just talking about that, laughing so.
Well, I just didn't say, "Hey, Gov, can you get my internet back on at my house?" I explained to him how the gas station down the street couldn't, because the internet was out, they couldn't take debit card payments. They couldn't do transactions, and how it was hurting small businesses in my neighborhood. I did tell them that. I was shocked. It was the same day. Boom. I mean, that's crazy. And I got the roads paved in my development. The roads needed paved. They wouldn't pave them, and I called up the state representative, a Democrat, and he told me there's nothing he could do about it. That's the county, and he lived in a development, a couple developments over. I said, could you draw? I gave him my street. I said, could you come over to my street, right, and take a look. And then about a week later, I drive home. Not only are they paving the roads in my development, the county, they started in front of my house. And I got out of the car, and the foreman said, "We are here because of you." And I was like, what? And so I felt emboldened to call the governor. But why do you think I got my roads paved and my internet back on? I'll tell you why, if you don't know.
Because you wrote to the right person?
Yeah, it's not because I'm some big shot. No, it's because I called. These people don't get called. I got them on the phone. People don't think about doing that.
Yeah, a lot of people, I'm pretty good at writing. My wife, when we first got married, this was like all the way back in...
Oh, love letters?
And 7. Huh?
Love letters?
Love letters. She was having trouble with the immigration with her green card. Because she's from Venezuela.
Uh-huh.
She was like crying. They lost all her paperwork. They said, hey, there's nothing we can do about it. So my wife was like, I said to my wife, I said, look, let me write to Congresswoman. Oh, but by the way, Debbie Wasserman Schultz. But anyway, at the time. So I wrote. My wife says, hey, you're crazy. I wrote, within 2 weeks, It was all resolved. We showed up at immigration. I was shocked. They shut down the entire, I mean, there was nobody there. I said to the guard, I said, where is everybody? He says, we're here for you. So, and
it's the squeaky wheels.
Huh? Yeah,
the squeaky wheel.
Yeah. So you get that done. You got to know who to write to, and
I got them on the phone. I'm not going to tell you how I get these people on the phone because I don't want to give all my secrets out. But I called the governor, Rick Scott. He was the governor then. Now Ron DeSantis probably wouldn't take my call, but I was able to get through. And the same thing with my state rep on the road. And it was nice. It was that. I mean, that tells you how much Rick Scott cares that he got my Wi-Fi working.
Yeah, that was Hurricane Irma.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, that was September of 2017.
I was so impressed with that. I could. All right, PJ, good to talk to you. Take care. Yes. That was amazing. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
With great regret, I have to admit the never Trumper part of my name, and now it's just going to be Steve from beautiful Palm City.
Oh, Steve. This is Never Trumper Steve. Steve, we are up against the break. I'm going to put you on hold. Okay, because I see what line you're on, and we'll get to your call after the break. That's Never Trumper Steve. We're gonna start like when we get back from the Gold Report. I'm gonna go to the caller formerly known as Never Trumper Steve, and I'm gonna act as if we're starting all over, and let's see where he's at. All right, we'll be right back.
Hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on the Steve Kane Show.
All righty, it's time to check in with William Youngerman at the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated in Boca with the final gold and precious metals report of the week. William Youngerman, how the metals ending up this week?
Should be up pretty nice this week. Not overall, but overall we had a nice buying opportunity this week as metals took a correction, which we've been waiting for many months, and they did that pretty quickly and have given us a great buying opportunity this week, and now they seem to have stopped going down and are starting to trend back upwards, even in the midst of a one-year high on the U.S. dollar. Yesterday we saw gold trade in a range of $2,537 on the low, and then a high of $2,582, closing out the day up down $7.60 at $2,564.70. That was the low for the week, $25.37. Silver closed up 10 cents at $30.40 the ounce. Platinum was up $2 at $9.37, and palladium was up $6 at $9.19. Overnight, we saw gold trade in a range of $25.54 to $25.74, about a $20 range. Right now, we're at $2,566.50, up $1.80. Silver up 20 cents right now at $30.60. Platinum up $8 at $9.45, and palladium up $7 at $9.26. It looks like the white metals have certainly stopped going down and have been holding pretty good, silver, platinum, and palladium. Gold remains to be seen if this is going to be the low set yesterday, and if we continue to build above $2,550 gold, we could have seen the bottom at this market.
Well, that's awesome. Now, what's it looking like buying the Gold Eagles and Gold Buffaloes, the American Gold Eagle and the American Gold Buffaloes? Are those priced to buy right now?
They're pretty much at their normal premiums, but they are more expensive than the other gold products. So,
like what? Like what would you recommend in the 1 ounce gold right now?
Yeah, the 1 ounce gold kangaroos still are the best pure gold product you can buy. They're beautiful 1 ounce 999 fine gold coins that are encapsulated nicely in plastic to protect them, and they still remain one of our favorite products.
Because you get more gold for your money. Exactly. Yeah, that's what you want, right? All right, listen, William Youngman opens up at 10 a.m. You can do all your transactions over the phone and through the mail. Give him a call. Toll free, 1-800-327-5010. 1-800-327-5010, or stop in. His shop is located at 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca, on the first floor of the Bank of America building, just east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto. And you can find both his address and phone number on his website, WilliamYoungerman.com. All right, William Youngerman, we will talk on Monday. All right, and we are back. Okay, so I didn't forget about you. The caller formerly known as Never Trumper Steve. Here you are a week and a half later. So how goes it, Steve?
Well, life goes on, and what I would say is we have to hope that the Trump administration will be right by the people that voted for him. I'm not sure how that's going to happen, but I'm trying to be positive about this. I thought Kamala would win the election, but privately, I was saying their campaign wasn't a particularly good one. If 75% of the country thinks we're on the wrong track, mostly over the economy. And by the way, I would ask you, how many weeks after he's inaugurated, January 20th, how many weeks do we give it before you say, oh, what a great economy we have, thank you, President Trump?
It's yeah. Well, the economy, okay, so you said something very interesting. You said privately you were saying all these things differently than what you were saying publicly. So in the last few months when we were talking, you were lying to me in this audience and not telling us what you really thought about anything. I'm surprised. You're an admitted liar.
Now slow down. Don't put words in my mouth, because you already said I was a Democrat for how many months. I'm going to be re-registering as an independent because I don't want to be associated with the Republican Party that is already starting to do things that are crazy. This thing with Matt Gaetz, that hearing to nominate him is never going to happen. There's not going to be...
We may get recess appointments, which are awesome, and we control... Listen, this is what you got to understand, Steve. That means President Trump and MAGA. We control the horizontal, we control the vertical, all right, the outer limits. We control the White House, the Senate, and the United States Supreme Court. You're in a MAGA country right now.
2 years, and if you guys overstep yourselves, in 2 years, Republicans could be thrown out.
But Trump will be there, and the court will be there.
Well, he's got to get things through. If it starts...
Oh, he will.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Let me ask you this. What is your biggest fear that Trump will do after he takes the oath of office? What's like something you really fear that he promises that he's going to do?
Well, putting Matt Gaetz in as Attorney General would be a start.
That's beautiful. That's perfect.
Here's why it's never going to happen. First of all, the Republican senators did Rick Scott a big favor by voting against him for majority leader. And keep in mind, Rick Scott was Trump's guy.
No, what happened in I know that's the public perception. What happened in the Senate is exactly what Trump wanted to happen.
Oh, meaning he didn't want Rick Scott to be the majority leader.
He would have been happy with it, but you need someone. Listen, getting these very, very outside of the box cabinet picks through the Senate confirmation process, you need people running the Senate that have been there a long time, that understand the ins and outs of all these very bizarre parliamentary rules and everything they have. And Rick Scott's too new up there. He's a Florida man. He doesn't have the connections or know all the ins and outs of all these procedures to go up against that snake, Schumer.
Well, if they would have voted for Rick Scott, bubbling up to the top again would be the fact that he was CEO of one of the largest hospital systems, where he defrauded Medicare and Medicaid to the...
I don't know. I know this. Rick Scott was the best governor this state ever had.
Defrauding Medicare is a good thing? I don't think so.
He didn't defraud. That wasn't part... I don't know.
1.7 billion.
I just know he did a great job as governor.
Well, prior to that, he defrauded the government.
I don't know about that.
Matt Gaetz, and because you like talking about sex on your show today as it relates to Kamala, You know why he was put up by Trump. Trump was just doing him a little favor. Trump doesn't believe Matt Gaetz is ever going to get through the process.
Really? So President Trump would put somebody up to have a why would President Trump do something to fail at? When has he ever purposely? When has he ever purposely failed?
Are you going to let me tell you why? I'm going to tell you why. Today, the report on Gaetz was supposed to come out by a bipartisan House committee of an equal number of Republicans and Democrats. And in that report, which was supposedly going to be devastating to Gaetz, there was going to be issues of sex trafficking, illicit drug use.
Lies.
Resigned from the Congress, which he did immediately after, yesterday or the day before. That means that report doesn't have to come out, but it...
Let them leak it. It's all lies. They got, listen. They got some jailhouse snitch who's trying to get out of federal prison, okay? Who was saying anything that he could say to try to get out of prison, where all that came from.
Are you for hiding the report or that report coming out?
I don't, either way, I'm fine.
Here's the thing. He resigned from the 18th Congress, which he's...
You know, if he was let me ask you, I hung out with him a little. He doesn't remember me. I was in a room with a lot of people hanging out. But I was in a room with Matt Gaetz at Turning Point USA that was filled with high school girls, college girls, and high school and college boys too, but mostly girls who were going nuts when he came in the room. If he was a sex trafficker of underage girls, do you really think that Charlie Kirk would have had him in a room with high school and college girls going nuts? Matt Gaetz, woo! It was like the Beatles in the 60s. You think Charlie Kirk would have done that?
I don't think one thing has anything to do with the other.
The answer is no. Hey, Never Trumper Steve, the name still sticks because you're there. Now, I want to ask you this. Are you tired of your investments going up and going down and going up and going down and mostly down? And quite frankly, just a roller coaster ride of stress, anxiety, and I don't need that. I know you probably don't either. I'm talking about Jupiter Joe Thomas. He's offering free phone consultations, which you can take advantage of no matter where you live in the United States. Give him a call and talk to him about annuities. All right? 401ks, IRAs, bank accounts, money market CDs, those are all good for their purpose, but none of them guarantee you income for the rest of your life in your retirement years. But annuities do. And with annuities, your money's never at risk. You're not going to lose any money. It's absolutely amazing. Give him a call. And when you call him, tell him what your situation is, tell him what your goals are, and he's going to draw up a custom proposal just for you. Here's his number, 561-743-0999. 561-743-0999. That's 561-743-0999. And if you missed that number, just go to his website. It's easy to remember, jupiterjoe.com. jupiterjoe.com. All right, back to the phones. It's good to hear from Never Trumper Steve. He's obviously back from his short stint in Never Trumper rehab after the defeat of Kamala. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello? Yes, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian, it's Frenchie from Stewart.
Hey, Frenchie, what's up? You just got a text message. You want to check that text? Or?
That was cool that he called. I was wondering where he was. Steve from Palm City. The reason why we still don't have Kevin McCarthy in the House is because of Matt. He booted him out single-handedly.
Well, and these slanders against Matt Gaetz is all Kevin McCarthy, but Kevin McCarthy was trying to take him down like they did Madison Cawthorn. That's where all this came from. It's all BS.
He's going to do a good job. Mike Johnson's going to do a good job for us.
Listen, Mark. I did not know this, but Matt Gaetz used to work for Marco Rubio in Tallahassee when Marco Rubio was in the state Senate. I had no idea. Now look where they are. But Marco Rubio said yesterday the job of the Senate is to, he was asked about Gaetz, is to advise and consent, and that the president has a right to have in his cabinet who he wants. He's going to get in, Matt Gaetz. I'm sorry to tell you. And I know they're in a panic, but that's what happens when criminals are afraid they're going to get caught. They get panicky.
Yeah. Hey, all right, you're going to run out of time. One more quick thing. They're going to build a train stop in Stewart.
Oh, the Bright Line. I saw that. Yeah, I know. I was just on the Bright Line last week. I know it's going to be about a year and a half.
So you can take the Bright Line, come up and visit your
Yeah. Yep. My in-laws. Yep. All right. Take care. Yeah. The Bright Line is going to Stewart finally. I like the Bright Line. I got two complaints about it. I'll tell you, if any Bright Line executives are, one, it's a little too expensive on the weekends. I wrote it again on Sunday. I've written it many times. And the other thing is this. When you ride the Bright Line, you get to pick your seat. And I've been on the Bright Line, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. 3 of those times, people have been sitting in my seat. I don't understand. It's just, you know. And sometimes I do ask them to leave and I'd say that's my seat if it's a long trip. But, you know, I do like the Bright Line. But, you know, the Bright Line has killed. Are we running spots for the Bright Line? Okay. I want to make sure they're not a sponsor of the radio station. Okay. No, I know they're not. The Bright Line has killed more people per mile than any other train on the roads on the train tracks of America. And every time I ride the Bright Line, 2 things. 1, I make sure I have the whole day clear in case they kill somebody else and I'm on the train and we get held up all day. And second, I worry. I'm not kidding. They've killed so many people. There were 9 in 9 weeks a few months back. And I know they say suicides and all this stuff. Regardless of the reason, every single engineer must have been involved in at least one, if not multiple, deadly crashes on the Bright Line. So do these engineers on the Bright Line have PTSD from all these deaths that the Bright Line is responsible for? There's been well over 100 people killed by the Bright Line. But I love it. I ride it. I've taken it to Orlando and back. It's awesome. If you go first class, it's open bar. You can get tanked. I mean, I was drinking screwdrivers. I went from Palm Beach to Miami, and it's open bar. In the first class, I had 5 screwdrivers on the way there. Okay, and some more on the way back. So, and on the Orlando trip, I had so much to drink. I fell asleep on the train, and I woke up, luckily, in Palm Beach when I was 1 stop away from Boca. I could have been in big trouble. But I do love the Bright Line. Okay, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Brian from Deerfield.
Oh, you have 20 seconds.
Brian,
It is. Hey, I ride it all the time, and I was just on it on Sunday. I love the Bright Line.
I must say one thing. I was disappointed that Scott didn't get majority leader. I thought he would have been a terrific job there. The left continues to collapse on the legacy media. You look at their ratings and the viewing and stuff after the last week. Their platforms are disappearing rapidly, and people don't. The personal attacks do not work, and they still haven't learned that.
And you listen to Steve, they're in denial. Trump won. He got the popular vote. He got the mandate. I'm not worried about the next election or 2 years. This next 2 years are going to be exciting. All right, we're out of time. If you're on hold, stand by. We'll be back Monday morning at 6 a.m. I'm Brian. This is the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. Take care, everyone. Great calls. See you Monday morning, 6 a.m.
WSFS.
All right, guys. Hey, listen, if you're new, make sure you subscribe. And everyone who's already subbed, do me the favor of liking the video, all right? I'll see you next time. Take